All right, all right. We have the man here, Pioneer, just in time for the release.
Bless up, man. Bless up, bless up. But one interesting change, one interesting thing, is that we're using Tyreek Hill instead of Brianna Liston for the third leg. So it's
Wow.
Cole to Clayton to Hill to Clayton. So
Oh,
I
wow.
guess because of the fact that
It was raining and the 200 meters was so close.
I guess it's the time of the 200 meters because
Yeah.
she might have needed to warm down and then
Yeah.
to warm up again. So
And it
I think
was
the
raining
coach,
as well. I think the conditions, I don't know
yeah,
if those
that might have influenced
yeah.
the decision also. So
Yeah.
um,
All
but
right. So
it's a little close. It's a little close to for an hour, and it's not 100 meters, a 200 meter.
yeah.
It might have
Yeah.
been a little close for her to warm down. But I'm thinking that Reiki Hill, while she doesn't have the foot speed of a Brenna Liston, is a if there is anything you could substitute, I think that's a good substitution. Um, I think
But
we should be seeing her.
is it and she's in the hurdles finals.
Uh, she's in the hurdles, yeah.
All right. So
Uh,
Pioneer, I'm going to let you run it for 5 minutes. All right. And the fans are here, and then we'll come back and bring up all the comments. So
all right, so
less than
ladies
five
and
minutes.
gentlemen, I guess you're stuck with me for the next 5 minutes through, possibly through the relays for the men and the relays for the women. Let me see the lane assignments as we have them here. But Jamaica having a very good day at the World Youth Championships. We just saw young Hibbert jumping out to 17.27 in the triple jump, a championship record. That is what I call a big man distance. So, plus we had Pottinger in the high jump, also mining gold for Jamaica. And as we discussed earlier, our own Brianna Liston also won gold in the 200 meter with Alana Reed getting the bronze medal. So it's been a very, very good afternoon at the World Youth Championships for Jamaica. And we're expecting greater things, or continued great things in this afternoon session. All right, we're lined up. I want to see the lane assignments here. We have Australia out in lane 8, Jamaica with Serena Cole, the silver medalist from the 100 meter, and the start leg. That's her normal position that she would normally run. We have Tia Clayton on anchor, Tina Clayton on the back stretch, and Tariq Hill on the curve. And for those who aren't familiar with Tariq Hill, she is from Heidel. She is also a 100-meter hurdler and has very, very, very good foot speed. They are in the starting blocks, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hope for great button changes for our ladies. And let's hope that the gold medal is certain and the world youth record, the world under 20 record will be broken. The starter has called them and they're off. Jamaica is off to a flying start in lane 4 with Serena Cole. Let's look at these changes. It's a great change to Tina Clayton, who's burning up the backstretch, and Jamaica is off to a canter. Let's see this change to Tariq Hill. Around the curve, Jamaica is away by a landslide. It's Jamaica versus the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hope for a smooth change on this final leg. And the change is made. And Tia Clayton is down the backstretch. Let's look at the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at the clock. Let's see what's the time. The time is 42.57. It's a world under 20 record. 42.57. World under 20 record, ladies and gentlemen. Jamaica for the gold medal on the world under 20 record. Wow. Wow. Jamaica continues to have an amazing afternoon. 22:59. I'll update you on the minor places. Pardon my excitement. Fabulous run by the ladies. Who is that? We are seeing Colombia. Let's see if Colombia have medal. It seems Colombia are into the medals. The ladies are celebrating. Let me see who else, which other team has a medal here. But undoubtedly, ladies and gentlemen, it was a no competition. It was a no contest. It was Jamaica versus the clock. The changes were Colombia has gotten the bronze. They are celebrating. They are at home. So, and the crowd is celebrating with them. Let me see who got the silver medal, ladies and gentlemen. Pardon my bias commentating. But it was very, very expected, considering that, we were looking for something special from the Jamaican ladies. But 42:59, fabulous time by the ladies. United States got the silver, and it's a national. It's 43.90. It's a national. It's their national under 20 record. The Jamaican ladies are celebrating. 42:59 for Jamaica. US 43.28 for the silver. Colombia 44.59 for the bronze. Germans in fourth. Italians in fifth. It's a world under 20 record, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't think we'll have any problems with this ratification. They're out the world youths. They will be drug tested. So this time will be ratified, no doubt. 42:59. The team of Serena Cole, Tina Clayton, Teriki Hill, and Tia Clayton. And the commentators are commenting that that time possibly could have won a medal at a world championship, and no doubt 42:59 is a really special time. I'd love to see the splits for those ladies. I'd love to see I'd like to see the replay. From where I'm sitting, the button changes look pretty smooth. No problem with the button changes. Fabulous run by our Jamaican ladies. The future of female sprinting in Jamaica is bright, ladies and gentlemen. It is in good hands. So this is our fourth gold medal on the afternoon for Jamaica. As I said before, we got a gold medal from Pottinger in the high jump. We also got a gold medal from Brianna Liston in the 200 meters. And we are on course for a gold medal in the triple jump
with Hibbert,
who jumped out to an amazing 17.27, ladies and gentlemen, for a championship record. And that time also would qualify him at the World Championships, and in some World Championships would possibly gotten him a medal. On track we have coming up, I think this is the male 4x1. I'm waiting with anticipation to see who will report for Jamaica. I'm waiting to see if Bawuji and Kume will report. We heard reports that the medical staff was assessing Sanjay Davidson to see if he would have been fit and ready. So I'm waiting.
Pioneer.
And yes.
A question for you. The time that they did at Carifta, is this faster than it or slower than it?
I don't tell that man. I don't want to speak out that turn. I don't want to speak out that turn, but I'm waiting to see that. I trying to start to talk, but I have a device here where I try to bring up to look at it. But world under 20 record. Somebody in the comment section can probably update it. But was an amazing run by the ladies.
Without one of who we would claim is one of the better.
Yeah, well, Teriki Hill is she's the second fastest athlete at Heidel.
Well, who did the back stretch? You said the Clayton, man, the back stretch there, no?
That was an amazing back stretch. The race was over from Tina Clayton got the button in her hand, ladies and gentlemen. The race was over, so to speak. But Amazing run by the ladies. Amazing run. Amazing run. Big up everybody in the stream, you know. Saying big up Toffee Roddy. Saying big up Brian Martin. Big up Real Baller. Bless up yourself, Real Baller.
Pioneer, I don't like how the man them. I don't like how the Colombian them show the Colombian them and Jamaica have the world record. I don't like that.
Yeah, but you know, guys, you have to allow them a little hometown bias. I guess the commentators, they are showing the US also. But amazing run by the Jamaican ladies. The future is bright, ladies and gentlemen. For anybody who doubted that the Jamaican dominance in sprinting would continue. And I remember, funny, Mannings. Remember in the Bolt era when we were displaying, we were showing all of the promising young men. So there was Bolt and Blake, and then we had people like Weir and Asafa was still around, and we were seeing a lot of young men coming up behind Bolt and Blake. There were persons who were saying they were concerned about the female side of the sprinting and who would come up to replace Shelly and Veronica when they were out. Now we still have Shelly-Ann around. We have unearthed Elaine Thompson. Now we have Sherika Jackson. And now we have this whole conveyor belt of young ladies coming through. So the future of female sprinting for Jamaica is very bright. Huh?
You know what I'm looking at? I'm looking at the medal table, right? And it looks like we're going to finish with more. We're going to finish ahead of the USA.
Yeah, man. I don't think the US has been having a particularly good.
You remember I was saying that. I
Yeah,
don't think.
Yeah, man, they haven't been. We have gotten 4 gold medals today alone. And this is in addition to how many gold medals do you have now, man? Just you're looking at the medal table. How much gold medals do you have now?
The medal table, I think we have 4 now.
No, man, we got 4 gold medals this afternoon alone.
No, man. Let me tell you the goal them. Clayton, Liston,
yeah.
The high jump.
Pottinger Hibbert.
That's 4 and this one 5. Yes, a 5. Yeah.
5. So and we not get another goal. Hold on. Who else? We have another goal. We have another goal medal, man. Hold on. I think we had 2 before going into today. Man. You sure we're down to 5?
Who else win goal?
Hold on. Let me think.
We had only 1 goal, man.
No, man.
Which other event?
Hold on, just give me a chance.
Because the table that I'm looking at, unless they're missing unless one of the event not finished yet, and they haven't given us that medal, which is the triple jump. That could be the only thing. But what I'm looking at is saying that we have 5.
You see, I'm consuming so much track and field money between the World Juniors and the Commonwealth game that getting that little bit mixed up. Toffee Wood is saying 42.58 was the Carif that time. So that means I would have broken it.
No, we didn't break it.
So it would have been 50, and this was 42.59. So it's not far off. 100 of a second, still an excellent time. Trust me.
Yeah.
What Brian Martin said, Manning still pioneer, you are the newest prophet on the block. Level for the 200 meter goal.
How far from
Crystal ball. Hold on, Virgin. Don't forgive me now. Crystal ball. Hold on, people. Man is left the crystal ball outside. Man is left the crystal ball outside and you fall for it. So it's like a foggy, you know?
Yo, man a sponge, you call me fast prophet. You think him wise?
Yeah, man, no, just forgive him, people. You leave the crystal ball outside, yeah, sir. See, and you fall upon it, so I never clean it off. So I need to see a little thing. Much drips that run down the side, so him see level I run a little thing and things that the gold medal. But as I said, excellent championships so far for the Jamaicans, and we're looking forward to greater things as the championships progress. We look good in qualifying in both 4x4s. So I don't know if we could be mining gold anywhere in any of those races. But it's a good look. It's a good look all around. And for the Commonwealth game now, Mannings, looking at Ilian in the 200 meters was somewhat impressive in qualifying in terms of her 22.63. I think it was that she ran. Comparing that to Mboma, who ran 22.93. But I think Mboma was playing possum for me still, because Mboma looked a little bit relaxed around the curve. She almost walked the curve and then ran down the home stretch. She ran 22.2 in the heat, incidentally, and then came in the semifinals and ran 22.93. But the race should be between those two tomorrow in the finals.
Yeah.
Natalia White has also made the finals. In the 400 meter, Junelle Bloomfield
Oh, there's
made the
somebody saying
finals
that it is because Hibert's event. Sorry, Pioneer. Hibert's event is not done yet, so that is why that is not being counted. So it would have been.
Okay.
Yeah. He would have been.
So
Yeah.
the table is showing 4 right now, as it stands.
When you add this one, it's 4, so it's gonna be 5. But we're gonna be. I think we're gonna be better. Yeah.
How much goal the US have?
So remember, they have 5. So we have you have the 100-meter goal, the 200-meter goal, 4x1, and the high jump. Yeah.
All right. I don't know. I'm thinking that we might have mine goal somewhere else, but I might be mixing it up with the Commonwealth game and the Rashid Dwyer's goal. But as I said, I find myself watching both events, Mannings, and kind of sometimes getting a little bit confused because the US and some of the other big countries are not at the Commonwealth Games. When I'm watching the World Youth, it's almost like I'm in that same frame of mind. So when I see the US, sometimes it gets a little confusing. So pardon me for thinking. In terms of the overall medal count, in terms of quantity of medals, not quality, how is it stacking up right now?
The overall, that's what I'm saying, that we would be tied with USA 5-3-3 and everything, and then we would be so if we do better than them in the men's event, we'll be ahead on the medal table above the US.
All right, let's see.
Yeah.
Look at the schedule, man, and tell me what else you have on the schedule for the evening. Is the 4x1 today or men today or tomorrow?
The 4x1, I don't know what is happening because the 4x1 was scheduled to go right after this race, but I'm not seeing it going on.
Yeah, I'm seeing the feed. TVJ have broken away from the feed and they are showing some old track and field footage.
Yeah, so the 4x1 men supposed to be coming up. It says 7:05.
Okay.
So there's a little bit of time. So
but it's a good look for Jamaica. The youngsters are representing well.
And people don't listen, Pioneer. People don't hesitate to hit the like button. Don't hesitate to subscribe, and don't hesitate to share the content. Come on, Pioneer is a guru. You know, although I'm gonna take the guru belt from him. You know, come here, get the prediction. We predict first and third. You know, we predict first.
Man, that was
a
little bit obvious, man, in terms of the 200 meter. Alana Reid, pretty well. I think Alana Reid is one of those sprinters who could possibly have a bright future ahead of her. When I look at her form, I'm seeing so much work to be done on her form, but she has so much raw speed. Similar to how I view the Clayton sisters. So when these ladies leave the high school system and get into colleges or get into the professional setups, like the MVPs and the racers are some of the other professional clubs, the coach will be doing work. And as we are seeing in Jamaica, in terms of a pattern for Jamaicans, the young ladies are transitioning better than the young men. So let's hope that great things are in store for persons like Alana Reid and Tariki Hill. I'm seeing on screen the medal presentation for the men's
high jump.
400-meter hurdles.
Oh yeah. The guy hit the penultimate hurdle. You know, I think he would have probably gotten silver medal. But those two guys are also ahead of him, I believe.
Yeah, man. Those times that they ran, they broke 49 seconds, and that means that they special time. The special time that they ran. So give it up. He did well. Ran his heart out, and he's coming home with a bronze medal to show. So it's a good look.
Yeah. All right, let me see if we can get. Man, this one is saying. Man, does Broadbell have a blood pressure issue? The white of his eyes are always red. For shades of red. Eagle Republic, easy, hello, the one. The man tired. Real Albala says, anytime Miss Christine Mboma start winning, there will be an immediate backlash, deservedly. Why?
Boy, I don't know. I think World Athletics is playing with fire. But these championships, man, have unveiled a bigger issue, because when you look at a lot of these, the triple jump is still on, man. It's not complete.
That's what I'm saying. That's probably why you don't see the other medal.
Yeah. But I think we might be counting our chickens before the match. What if one of these young men go off for a big super jump and surpass the 17-27? So let's hope that Hibbert maintains that lead. But I was saying, Manins, looking at some of the competitors at this World Under-20, seeing a lot of female, and just for want of a better term, with a masculine appearance. And I think that is going to be a problem that World Athletics are going to have to take a serious look at.
Yeah, I think what is going on is the amount of thing they pioneer. How the Africans are doing. A lot of sprinters and are coming out of Africa. I think that is a bigger thing right there. What do you think?
But if these sprinters are, because all right, boy, I don't know. A line is gonna have to be drawn somewhere. I don't know in terms of the medical ramifications, or in terms of just World Athletics have some things to consider. Whenever these ladies start dominating, whenever they start running times or jumping distances, or showing distances that where their breaking records seem to be out of the stratosphere of the feminine, quote unquote feminine ladies, then I think that will be too late for them to try and address it. I think if they're gonna do something now, they should think about doing it now. I had proposed that there was a line to be drawn in terms of an acceptable testosterone level.
And they create a different. I know you have also suggested creating a different category for them.
That was a suggestion that was some time ago. But I think we have evolved past that now, because obviously that is not going to be the case, because who knows if that might be the case. We have on screen medal presentation coming up for the 200 meters.
People want to say a couple of things. Anytime I get a prediction right, what the people them said to me, that was expected. But at the same time I get the prediction wrong, the people them are beating me. I understand the people them. Anytime I get a prediction right, oh come on, man, everybody know that was expected.
Yeah, but come on, man, this was expected. Alana Reid, well, everybody had this time as overwhelming.
Somebody had the Americans in front of her though.
In front of Liston?
Alana Reid.
But Alana Reid got the bronze, didn't she? And the American came second.
No.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what had it one? Some people had her in second, I had them 1 and 3.
Sure, it's never you have 1, 2, man.
Tuffy Rudy had them 1 and 2. Tuffy Rudy.
All right, so
Editor-in-Chief is saying, Mboma is fine based on World Athletics. She's allowed to run that event. It is the middle distances where she would have a problem.
Yeah, but editor in chief, that is the problem we have. That is the problem I have with the distinction being made. Initially, this came about because of Casta Cement and one boy and what's the other lady's name from? There's another lady. There were three of them
She's
initially
from
who ran the
Namibia.
800 meters.
She's from Namibia. It's
No,
Namibia.
not Namibia. One boy from Kenya, Casta from South Africa, and the other lady is from Burundi. I still remember her name.
Yeah.
All right. All three of them contested the 800 meters, and they came up with a rule for the 800 meter. Then Casta came down to the 400 meter. Then they shift the rule down to the 400 meter. And then now they decided that, listen, these ladies obviously don't have the foot speed, so let's limit them to the sprint events. All right, which is 1, 2, and then the longer distance, which is 15 and upwards. Now we are seeing them coming down to the sprints, and they are looking good. We have seen two of the ladies from Namibia, namely Mboma and Maselingi, doing quite well at the sprints. And these are very young ladies who are 18. I think they are about 19 now. So who knows? We could see these ladies. Yeah, man. In Gaza, we're seeing a prevalence of them coming out of Africa. We are looking at a couple of Kenyans in this meet, and they are looking rather masculine. And there's no discrimination here against, as I am a black man who thinks black and act black and lives black. Understand? So there's no discrimination, but in the spirit of fairness and the spirit of a fair competition, then would like to see a level playing field for all athletes, not just our athletes, but for all athletes. So the complaints were rife when it's Casta Semenya and those ladies in the 800, and I still think the concerns are quite valid today as it stands when it comes to the sprint.
Yeah, but Pioneer, but what if, right? What if there's no issue found? Like, what is this here normal? That like normal? Yeah.
Testosterone level.
Well, I am saying that. What if these kids these athletes are normal? Like,
so
there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing.
Nothing untoward with them in terms of their gender.
Yeah, and they have not done anything. They are not. This is just a natural. Though to us it is unnatural, but this is a natural part of their anatomy and makeup. Why should this is the question I keep asking? If it is proven that this is genetically, scientifically, or biologically normal, and the athletes aren't doing anything to add to it, like they're not doing anything and they have not done anything, why shouldn't they, if it is proven that they are gender, why shouldn't they be allowed to run?
Well, as I said, man, World Athletics will have to determine that if they have female genetics or female genetic, well, I guess I can't say female genital, but they have female organs, and their testosterone level is normal, then I personally have no problem with that. But as I said, that is something for World Athletics to work out. But when you are looking on and you are seeing females that look masculine in their physical appearance, then it is a cause of concern. Now, and I'm sure that we aren't the only persons here in Jamaica. I'm sure that this is an event that is shown worldwide. And I'm sure that there are other persons from other parts of the world who are looking and who share our concerns. And actually, in the mornings, we are making mention of Africa, but I'm seeing another country that is displaying similar traits when it comes to that. I'm seeing the Indians looking a little bit suspect, for want of a better term. I have concerns about some of the Indians I'm seeing too. So it is something that has to be addressed. And now we are adding to that. We're hearing about people, transsexuals, who have been allowed to run or to now compete as women. They are putting stipulations in place as to them proving 2 years of certain level of controlled testosterone at a certain level. But bless up in Nicole Wallace. Good to have you with us, Nicole. Blessings, Nicole. Always good to have you here with us. But we're compounding the issue now by this newest revelation that transgender will be allowed to compete after showing 2 years of reduced testosterone level. And that, for me, that is, making a bad situation rather worse. All right. The men are coming out for the 4x100 meters. I'm looking to see who will be running on the Jamaican team. We'll be running out of lane 8. We have Spain in lane 1, Netherlands in 2. We have Japan in 3, South Africa in 4. The USA is running out of lane 5. Nigeria is running out of lane 6. The Italians are in lane 7. And Jamaicans, the black, green, and gold boys, are in lane 8. All right, these teams look like some very competitive teams. We have seen some brilliant sprinting on the male side. The Nigerian team looks strong. So does the US team. And the South Africans have a pretty good team too. So let's see how our Jamaican team will fare. All right, so let's see who is going to be running for us. We are somewhat in the dark as to what the makeup of the team. So let's see if Bawuji, well, we see Bawuji and Nkume. So we have Nkume to Level to Daly to Carr. So Nkume will be starting. Level has come into the team and he will be running the box stretch. So that says that Davidson is out. He hasn't recovered from whatever injuries he showed. Let's hope that these guys can, give a good showing and we can end up on the podium again. Hopefully on the top of the podium. The South Africans have the championship record. They also have the world under 20 record. 38-51 in both cases. US has a very, very strong team also.
Yeah, Pioneer. You know that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you know that. Like be telling me that I'm going to have to move for like 15 minutes, and then run back and things. So, but I want to watch this race first. So continue to give the coverage. So I pick the team right though. I tell you, listen, I don't rate me as a track and field guru. So I pick the Jamaican team again. We level up on the back stretch. I tell you, I don't believe in me still, I don't believe so. I understand how the track and field thing.
All right, man. That's the man. You want a guru belt, brother?
Yeah, man. Listen, a goal Jamaica get, in a lane 8, Jamaica getting the goal in lane 8.
If we get the button passes right, anything is possible. I'm not discounting that, man. Even though I don't think we're the best team on paper, but if we get the button passes right, then who knows?
Yeah.
I think US and South Africa has a stronger team than us. The Nigerians have looked good, so.
Yeah, Coach Vince have to work hard for your belt.
I told it, what are the Coach Minzy, man? Coach Minzy, I told it, the man will get out of the belt, guys.
What did you say about Indians looking suspect?
Yeah, the Indians.
You want to say idiot talk, yeah, make no pioneer. I don't know what you were saying.
Richard, my guy, which one? Let me talk about the Indian. No, man. All right. Look at the Indian when you rope. All right, listen now. Look at the Indian when you rope. And it is just it's only so ironic that they come with a name as well.
Nobody with loud man name, man.
But Hima, listen, Virgin, and I've been watching Hima Das from she in open close quotation. Anyway, the gentlemen are off. Great leg by Nkume. Let's see how the changes go.
Good
Decent change. Jamaica is out. Nigeria and the US seem to be making the best running, but Jamaica still in contention. Decent change by the Jamaicans. Let's see. The Jamaicans are still in contention. South Africa, the US, Nigeria, Jamaica with a change. Let's see. Into the home stretch. South Africa out front. The US, Jamaican running a blazing leg to end up with this. What seems to be the bronze medal from lane 8. South Africa. That seems to be Japan with the silver. And Jamaica seem to have gotten the bronze. South Africa. Let's hope that everything went well.
Why the Guru lose? The Guru lose the one there. Guru lose the one there. Third we get.
39.06. For the South Africans. Let's see.
Bad lane.
Well, I think so. When you consider that Nkume had that injury, Virgin, the best lane for it, you ask me.
Yeah.
Right, so lane 8 might have been.
Yeah, man. So running Pioneer, I'll be back in a few.
Yeah, but I'm going to address what the Virgin has said. Because let me view some of these comments. And we welcome the comments, Jenga folks, and I will address them one by one as we come up. So, Richard McGrath, but Indians, look, I've seen 2 Indian Richard McGrath that to me looks kind of suspect. Jamaica got the bronze, 39.35. Decent run by the gentleman. As I said, we can't win them all. Go look at RuPaul, who runs the 400 meter for India, Richard McGrath, and go look at Hima Das. All right? Go look at Hima Das. She former 400 meter world youth champion. All right? And now run the 200 meter. I think she went out in the 200 in the semifinals of the 200 meter. So go look at those 2 ladies and then come back and talk to them. All right. Can get third. All right, Toughy Road. You look like a you at the growing on a Toughy Road. Can get third. Surprise level not on the third leg. Kind of surprising for Toughy Road, considering he's a 200 meter specialist. But I think it was a good run by the gentleman. Japan with the silver medal. Keep speaking to the what is happening? What happened? We see what is happening here. Something will go on the side because we see. I see the Netherlands look like they're celebrating. Have there been a disqualification or anything like that? Eagle Republic is saying naturally born intersex females athletes like Caster Semenya, in my opinion, should, hold on, let me get back to that, should be allowed to compete as opposed to people who have been transformed. I agree with you. Should be excluded from the competition. I agree with you, but I have a problem with both ways. Both ways, Eagle Republic. But if it's a situation where we're gonna say one versus the other, then for me, I would rather allow these ladies like a Caster Semenya or others of that kind to participate instead of these. I mean, anything that is trans or transformed, to use your word, I have nothing to do with. All right, but I saw the Netherlands team celebrating earlier. I'm wondering if there was anything of a suspension. So let us see the official placings coming up on the screen in a little while. Still seeing the Japanese on track, going through their celebrations. I'm not seeing the Jamaicans celebrating. So let's see. Javelin throws are up. We have a Bahamian athlete throwing. That one went high into the night sky, came down around about the 73-meter mark there. 72.95. Sean. Let's see his placement. But I definitely have a concern with these masculine-looking females. And some persons might point fingers at some of our athletes. You know, you never know for whatever reason. But when we look at a lineup, it is a little bit disturbing. I have to say it's a little uncomfortable to see persons with a masculine look, you know. Real ball is saying Pioneer, where do you rank Sanjay Davidson with Level and then Kuma? Can't spell it. I think in terms of an upside, I think Sanjay Davidson has the greatest upside if you were to ask me. He seems to have more raw material that can be used. And I think his upside, I think he has a higher ceiling for me. I think Level has been a great junior. As to how far we'll go, sky's the limit. I think for me, I think he's running a little bit too much right now. Cause we see them running him Hold on. But Netherlands did him come fourth, so how would they be in the medals? At least, yeah. Well, maybe they got a national record or something. We still haven't seen the official placing, but I saw them running down the track and celebrating. So I was wondering if it was a disqualification that happened. Real ball, I've answered that question. I think of all three, I think Level, Davidson has the greatest upside, and that is in my opinion. All right. I have a concern for Level. I think he has run a little bit too much in the last 2 years. He has run as a senior, he has run as a junior. We have seen him going into the US to run some meets. And I don't believe that is good for the youngsters. I think they should run them sparingly and allow them to kind of transition, you know, and matriculate. You know, we have seen the overwork and the burnout of a couple of our youngsters at the youth level, and I share a similar concern for Level. I could be wrong. I mean, you know, he could matriculate. Hold on, the US has gotten third, which means that Jamaica would have been hold on. Same thing I talk about. I'm seeing the US getting third. Let's see what's happening here. They're saying the US has gotten third, or is it the South Africans that have been disqualified? We are seeing the South Africans with somewhat of a disturbed look on their faces. Let me see what is happening here. They are showing a replay of what appears to be the first leg and the South African trampling on the line. Yes, so the South African opening leg runner actually made about 3 or 4 steps on the line. So now the Japanese would have been upgraded to the gold medal, with Jamaica being upgraded to silver, and the US team has been awarded the bronze medal. Here we have it. The South African first leg runner, 1, 2, 3, 4 steps on the line, and in the inside lane, and the team has been disqualified. Yeah, man, South Africa gets disqualified. Unfortunate for the boys from the motherland, but such is the nature of track and field. There are rules and regulations that govern the sport, and you have to operate within the guidelines of those rules. Quite disappointing. I hate to see this though. I hate to see when teams get disqualified, and you know, somewhat disheartening after the high of celebrating what you thought was a victory, and to now come down from that to being disqualified. I see the Jamaicans looking at the US team like they're saying, what are they doing here? But apparently the Jamaicans might have been unaware of what transpired in terms of the disqualification of South Africa. So when the US joined them in that celebration in Alapa, and the Jamaicans seemed a little bit, flustered by what they were observing. But so the Japanese would have been upgraded to the gold medal, and the Jamaicans now would have gotten the silver medal, and the US would have the bronze. And as Mannings was saying earlier, now this bronze medal, if and when the triple jump, this silver medal, if and when the triple jump is wrapped up, we'll see us, ahead of the US, the mighty US, on the table, and the medal table. It would be good if we could finish ahead of them. Tougher is saying that U20 with revenge from the senior world. Thanks, ladies. Yeah, man. Definitely. And it goes back to a point I consistently make about the familiarity of the persons who run the relays, people. I know that a lot of persons, even on this stream, have disagreed with me about, just getting the ladies together more frequently to build what I call a better chemistry in terms of the button passing, the use of the zone and the passing. Familiarity is something that works for relays. See, so I can't understand how persons, you have people coming up with all kind of excuses about it won't work because the ladies don't get along. And as I keep saying, if I were the J3s, I would be mandating relay camps. And by relay camps, I don't mean people boarding together. I'll be thinking more about just organized sessions, maybe 3 times per week in the year of a major championship, leading up to our trials. We know who are going to be the main protagonists. We know who are going to be the main contenders. 8 or 10 ladies subjected to availability, getting together for an hour at the stadium, getting some button passes in, getting just a little run out, a few run outs, building that familiarity with each other. And for me, that cannot be a bad thing. Only can do us good, only can see us performing better at the at the championship level when we come to these. We have had too many of these occurrences where bad button passing have cost us when we have had the best foot speed. Eagle Republic is saying some of these female athletes remind me of old days when East Germany used to have women athletes who were pumped with testosterone and others jog to gain an advantage over their rivals. And I think nowadays, Eagle Republic, for me, and this is nothing that has been published. This is nothing that I have tested scientifically. This is just a theory I have come up with on my own. And I think and it's for me, it's a general concern about society. When we look in society, we see more effeminate looking men and more masculine looking women out in society in general. And I think this has something to my own diagnosis of the issue is that I think it has something to do with genetically modified foods. I think the foods that we are consuming in this time, and especially when these youngsters consume them at a young age, I think it messes with the genetics of these people, crossing up, causing these what we call gender confusion. And I think it will continue because when you look out in society, it permeates society, Bridget. So it's not just reduced to track and field or to sports. When you look, I have had situations where I've been driving in the streets and we're seeing a human being that looks feminine, and when you check it's a man, and vice versa. So this is something that is broad across society. So, Real Ball is saying, Eagle Republic, yes, bro, you are abreast of history. Some of them even started to acquire facial hair. Yeah, man. Just look at the record books. Go look at the 400-meter record holder. Go look at the 800-meter record. Well, no, the 800-meter was broken by Pamela Jelimo. But just look at the lady who held the 800-meter record before Jelimo. Over the history, the course of history, when the East German bloc existed, when there was not the unification of Germany, and when the Russians would go at it, and some of the other Eastern European countries, like the Czech Republic, had these ladies that were obviously, tainted with, for want of a better term. You understand? So, and we're getting back there, but as I say, I don't think it is true intentional alteration. I think it's true the mess of mankind messing with food. I call it mankind messing with nature and nature messing with mankind. We are seeing these ladies who are looking quite masculine, and the flip side of that is true. We are seeing a lot of the young men who have effeminate features. So I think when it comes to sports, these sporting bodies have a responsibility to create what I would consider to be a level playing field. So whatever is necessary for them to do, they have to just do it. You understand? Tough Rude is saying true pioneer because a lot of us expect Liston in order to get the world record. A lot of us, so Tough Rude is saying true pioneer because a lot of us expect Liston in order to get the world record. How they came back with some team from. Sort that out for me, Tough Rude. Break it down and simplify it for me. I understand what the message is. Hibbert continues to lead the triple jump, ladies and gentlemen. 1727, look, a stretch for anybody else get. We see persons battling for the minor places, but I think the gold medal has been wrapped up and been packaged and is on its way to Jamaica right now. All right, so very, very, very good World Under-20 Championship for Jamaica. I hope we can get at least one. All right. Same team from the Heat. Yeah, man. Yes, Tough Road. Same team from the Heat. Same team in the final. It is chemistry, brethren. It speaks to chemistry. If we establish that chemistry amongst our athletes, it can only do us a world of good. Can't. Listen, brethren. Familiarity is what is required when it comes to button passing. And I like this too. People will say, these girls have been passing buttons from they were young, from they were in primary school. But in a similar way, how you might have youngsters who were playing football from they were toddlers. But when you're getting a football team together, you don't just pick up a bunch of people and have them train in a one-day training session and say, go out and play. You need to establish chemistry. The same principle applies for a relay. You might not require the same amount of chemistry as you would require for a football team, or the same amount of practice time, but the familiarity is necessary. Where a person runs off, how a person is most comfortable receiving the button, how high their hand comes when they are receiving the button. And I said that kind of chemistry, you try different combinations and you establish who is comfortable with what, who is comfortable running where, who is comfortable passing to who. Seeing how we establish that, we set up our team accordingly, brethren. Seeing we have had too many big relay teams, seeing to not have our name in the record books at the senior level. Real ball is saying not putting the young ladies against each other, but one thing is clear, Brianna Liston is Jamaica's new darling. Sorry, but not Twins or anyone else. You have a point there, real baller. Similar to Shelley, Jamaica people have a soft spot for Brianna Liston. The triple jump competition is over. Jamaica has secured, through Hibbert, have secured the gold medal. We have Jaden Hibbert, championship record, 17.27 meters. All right, we have the Estonian athlete, Marazov, and we have the Indian. I'm not seeing the Indian name, but the Indian athlete has managed to, what's that? Thermoran with a PB of 16.15 has secured the silver medal, and the Estonian has secured the bronze medal. Very good jump. First time jump from Hibbert. Championship record, he poses with the scoreboard that says Hibbert, Jamaica, 17.27 meters. Championship record. It's a good look for Jamaica people. A couple of championship records. We had Tina Clayton with a championship record. Also had the women's 4x1 team with a championship record, and now we have young Hibbert with another championship record. You know, it's a good look for Jamaica. We'll continue to be one of the great track and field nations in the world. Seeing a little country of a little over under 3 million people continues to make a great, great impact in the world of track and field. So the official placings now are in for the men's 4x1. As we stated before, the South Africans have been disqualified. The Japanese have been upgraded to the gold medal, 39.35. The Jamaicans also credited with the same time of 39.35. Wow. So we're a whisker away from the gold medal, people. We have the silver medal, same time of 39.35 as the Japanese. So they might have edged us out by maybe a couple of thousands of a second. It's a good look. Coming up is the medal presentation for the men's 3,000 steeplechase. The Ethiopian won, with Kenya getting second and third. But back to what I was saying, gentle folks, about the need for some chemistry in our 4x1 and our 4x1 team. I remember the 2008 team with 4 ladies who had run under 10.9. All right, that was a team that we were almost certain would have broken the world record. The team was Shelley and Fraser Price, who at the time only contested the 100 meter, was the champion. To Sharon Simpson, who had run on the successful 2014. And even though she had contested both the 100 and the 200 meters, was pretty fresh. All right, and we had set up the team of Shelley to Sharon. We had Karen Stewart to run the third leg, which I think was where the mistake came in, because before that, we heard that Karen had an issue receiving the button. So Karen should have been put on the anchor leg, and Veronica Campbell should have been put on the back stretch. You know, and we would have been in for better fortunes. All right, but that still didn't negate the point I'm making, that familiarity was needed by the ladies. If we had established that familiarity and that chemistry before going to the Olympics, then it would have become more clear that Karen Stewart had a problem receiving the button, and probably the necessary adjustment would have been made. But that team, there's no way that team shouldn't have won the gold medal, and 2 have broken the world record. All right, and we saw that team running twice, 2 other times subsequent to that year. They ran in 2012. They actually got the silver medal that year. They actually made the adjustment that year where they had Veronica running the curve and Karen running the anchor leg. By then, Karen was not the Karen Stewart that she was in 2008 or 2009. And we saw we had a US team that was put together, practiced together, and I hear people talking about ladies being tired. That US team had Carmelita Jetta, who ran both the 100 and 200 meters at that Olympics in 2012. It also had Alison Felix, who ran both the 100 and 200 meters at that Olympics. So there were two ladies on that American team, two of the key ladies who contested two events. So no excuses. All right, most persons participating in the relays, would have contested one or two events at the championship.
We have breaking news.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
People, the updated medal table editor-in-chief is back again. Hey, Eagle Republic, leave me peony wall them, brother. And the peony wall them give me insight. Them a whisper to me. Say, man, pick this person for first. And the peony wall them talk to me. Watch this. This is the beauty of Jamaica, brethren. Is that we have these sounds out there. We are not, blocked up by walls and concrete. But the medal table, this is at the end of today, right? United States, watch this. 5 golds, 4 silver, 4 bronze. Jamaica in second, 5 golds, 4 silver, 3 bronze. Whoa!
All right. So 1 bronze medal away from the US. Let's hope we can outperform them
in the final day tomorrow, because we have the 4x4.
We have the hurdles. Also have the hurdles.
And I think we're gonna get 1-2 in the hurdles.
Let's see what happens.
You don't believe so?
We could, but let's see what happens.
All right, let's see. So tomorrow it's just for tomorrow, day 6 is all finals.
Rob Smith is saying, in my years of watching track and field, I've never seen a team benefit so much from disqualification. US went from out in the heats to a bronze medal because of the crazy DQ show. They benefited from a DQ in the heats, and now they're benefiting from a DQ again in the final. So
who got disqualified in the finals?
Now South Africa was disqualified, man, so Japan now has the gold medal. But listen, man, we and Japan end up with the same time, 39.5, which means we were a whisker away from the gold medal.
Whoa.
The South Africa first leg runner infringed on the inside line. He made 4 steps on the inside line, so they were disqualified.
There's a lot of infringement at this championship for those infringement, even in the I always wonder, maybe you can tell me why 400 meters athletes, especially and hurdlers, always run and infringe on that inside lane. Especially around the corners.
It's a grueling nature. It's a grueling nature at the event, man. They're trying to run as short a distance as you can. So, whatever little advantage you can get, you take it. But you try to tread as close to the line as you can. But I guess when that, when the lactic acid start chipping in and your brain start, not functioning at 100%, then anything is possible. On screen, we have the medal presentations for the female 4x1. We have the Colombians getting their bronze medal.
Yeah, and I agree with George though. I think that he said Jamaica will top the medal table at the end of the championship, because I think our 4x14. Both male and female.
I think we should win one of those.
Yeah, because we are in the USA going in the men's one with let me check out the
I don't know in terms of the other field events, if there are any other field events and more that the Americans might be strong in. We'll have to look at it. But,
all right, I'll give it. I have all the start lists. Like even in we should medal in the Christopher Young and Kobe Lawrence should medal for Jamaica in the discus. So we're going to pick up medals there. The United States 2 athletes, Young have 61.66 and Lawrence have 62.67. So only the German and the 2 Germans are ahead of the 2 Jamaicans, really.
All right.
So we
So
should.
let's hope that. So let's hope we get at least a medal in that. Even a bronze medal or a silver medal should put us ahead of the US
Yeah.
there. And let's hope, as I said, in the 100-meter hurdles, I think we are highly favored in that. So that
And
should,
the high
and
jump, the high jump.
and both our 4x4 teams though,
Yeah.
which is strong. We should be medaling, and I'm expecting at least one of those teams to win the gold medal. So
Yeah. So the high jump, I don't think US will medal in the high jump. I think or Jamaica, but Karika Hill and
men or women, men or women.
the women.
Okay.
We don't have anyone in the final, but Karika Hill and Alexia James, right? They have the two fastest times.
Yeah, man.
Going into the finals. So I
should be beaming with confidence after running
coming
on
off this. So again, I think Jamaica gonna pick up medals there, and the USA won't. All right. Then we have the triple jump women's final with Makeda Wilson. I think she's going to struggle to medal in that one because the world leader is a Uzbekistan athlete at 13.92. I don't think anyone is going to be able to beat her, and the French athlete who have 13.61. So I don't think either of us will medal there. All right, so we're just looking to
see. Saying you feel like we can upset the US in the 4x4. I agree, Rapsimit.
Yeah.
Jamaica should be bouncing high after the successes of today. And I think that feeling should be transmitted throughout the entirety of the squad. You know, so we might see persons coming out. I'm sure Hibbert would have been buoyed by what he saw from Brianna Liston and from Pottinger before him.
Yeah, and you know what? You remember that guy? Because Jamaica did, I mean, it is Japan. Japan is the only team who have a better time than us, going into the finals,
At the 4x4.
For men.
Yeah,
and remember that even what his name, Kennedy, who was expected to medal in the 400, you understand me? So I listen, I think we're gonna safely be ahead of the United States on the medal table. I don't know if that has ever happened.
It'll be good. That would be a good thing. Be a very good thing. You know?
Give me some history, Pioneer. Have we ever topped the medal table at the World Juniors or the World Under 20 yet in our history?
I can't tell you. I have to go back into the history books. I don't remember. Yeah, it now come back in my head. Somebody in the chat who have a device who can check it.
Or is what is our largest medal haul at any one of these youth championships? Because this is very good enough. I mean, I don't think we realize how good this is. I think sometimes we used to winning as a nation that we don't realize
that for granted.
We take it for granted. Jamaica could top the medal table at a global track and field championship.
I don't think it will be the first, but it would definitely be a great achievement, you know.
This would be 12 medals already we have, you know. I don't know that because the highest medal we've even had at the senior level is 12.
No, we have had more than 12 medals at the senior level.
Really? Which I think 12 was the highest, man, or 13?
13 or 14, I think, is the highest we have had. We have had more than 12 medals at the senior level. But this is definitely a good look for Jamaica, man. Mining 4 medals.
Jamaica never top a world championship at any level globally.
All right, who's saying that? George Doug?
Yeah.
All right. If I go into the history books for that one, that don't come, not coming on my head readily. But this will be one of our most successful championships.
I don't know. You need to meet Richard McGrath, though. Yeah, Richard McGrath need to have a conversation.
Richard McGrath, Pioneer, 3 weeks now. You are rinsed. Try continue.
We
agree. Let's have more relay practice. Among them, but disagree, just assure you. You are follow them up, proving yourself to be a shoelace. No, man. No. It have nothing to do with the man them, Richard. I'm sure
But
you
this screen
something.
of Pioneer, every time you come, every time you always bring up this, and everybody said
No,
true. We need.
but hold on. When you have evidence that shows
But
money like we
disagree.
have
But
had
nobody
here.
know disagree. What I'm saying though,
No, but listen. No, I've
I said
heard
it
people
clear enough.
disagree.
Me say
No, hold on,
clear.
no, Brethren.
No man, no Pioneer.
Listen,
Nobody
all
no
right. So
disagree.
hold on. So make you one person who disagree. World Tracy did that, and you and World I'm a brethren. For those who don't know, me and World are good brethren. See?
Yes.
World on his YouTube channel spoke about it, saying and spoke about the likelihood of it not happening. All right, he also came on his TVJ sports commentary. I think it was last night or the night. I think it was maybe 2 or 3 nights ago, and spoke about it again. See, and listen now, man, it's see, and this is not me gloating or anything. The day after our national championship, I was on both Jamaican sports radio stations saying the same thing I'm saying right now, Bridget. The
Yeah, but that's
necessity and the need for it.
Pioneer.
What you know
Listen,
what I hope, man?
listen
What
what
I'm
I'm saying
hoping
to you,
for is
Pioneer.
my voice
Pioneer.
will be
Pioneer.
go ahead.
What
Yeah,
I'm
go ahead,
saying to you, watch this. Everyone that I have spoken to and all the dialogues we have had here, all agree that the camps are important and the relay practice and those things will give us a better chance. What Richard is saying that we agree. So we're not disagreeing with you, you know. So when something
but I'll continue to echo it, man, until it happens. I'll continue to echo it until it happens, Bridget. It hasn't happened yet. So until it happens, I'll echo it. So what happened? So hold on.
We leave it to
hold on, Bridget. Hold on.
leave it to Nicole Wallace.
Hold on. So for you and Richard, you and Richard Magrat, man. So we talk about it now, and
man say oral at show you man and dry you like a lot nice.
Nah, man, no, nothing to do with oral, man. From the response to oral, I said oral. Listen up, oral have a more prominent voice in the sports talk world than I do. You know, he has a program and a very popular program on the TV. He's reaching a wider audience than me. If I am gonna be a lone voice in the wilderness, who said this? If it means we are gonna echo it until enough people hear it and repeat it, that's gonna reach to the authorities, who are in turn implement this, then I would have take it as a win for me, Bridget.
All right.
But what minute, hold on, man, give me a second. What I don't want to see is that next year when we are going to Budapest, we end up with 1, 2, 3 point in the 100 meter again. I end up with a similar situation in the 4x1. That would be like a travesty to me, Bridget. May I say, if we echo it enough for a national level, then the authorities will make some.
I'm going to get the people involved in this. Somebody put this question. All right. This comment says, going to say something when it happens. Remember that I said it first. But what we are getting from the twins, which is the Clayton twins, is the best of them. They won't have such a stellar career when they turn pro. Remember these words. All right. Now, I totally disagree with that. I think these twins, this twin, and Liston, and Brianna Williams and Kemba Nelson are going to be the next set of athlete behind Sharika Jackson. Because I think in a couple of years, with all of Ilian Achilles stuff, it may be difficult for her. And I think Shelly is going to, after a couple of years, probably take things down. All right. So I think what they have decided to do is important, which is to be with Stephen Francis. And I will say this to people again. Stephen Francis is a very smart person. And I think you would have learned from the experience with Shelley, the experience with Broadbell, the experience with, because all of these persons were at Stephen Francis. Broadbell has left, got a gold medal. Shelley left, medal. Elaine left, medal. I think the management at MVP are going to deal with the Clayton sisters in a different way, and they are going to get good results even in their pro career. And you said it yesterday, Pioneer. Your observation is critical. Here's what you said. They are running right now on raw talent. It's not technique and like even their body mass. the balance of the weight, all of these things. I don't think they have that. I don't think they have their start technique, and they're already good starters. You understand me? Their form, how she come out of her dry phase, when all of these things. So by just changing those things, she takes off around.
That's still raw material money. That's
Yeah, what I'm saying, when she take off, you understand me? If by just improving her form coming out of the dry phase, she takes off a couple seconds off her best time. Yeah. So when you look at
who sent that text, man? You got it. Is that message you got to your phone privately, or it came in the chat?
that is a great Badger.
All right, so I'm respond to Badger.
Our Badger.
I think Badger just said this because it would have happened in the past where we have seen promising youngsters who displayed, who seem to be a transcendent talent, not matriculate and make it. Well, let me say, you call a couple of names. However, if you ask me, I don't think Brianna will. All I do is I think Brianna Williams has the least upside. And this is just my opinion, people. I could be wrong. Man, I could be wrong. But listen, look this. All right. So if you're gonna if you're a furniture maker and you're going to the shop, you want the best raw material for it. See, and the Clayton twins right now are raw material. There's so much that you can clean up in terms of their sprint farm, and so much you can get to. You understand what I say? Kemba have upside. Kemba have, I think of all of those persons, the Clayton twins have the highest ceiling. Then I would say Kemba. Then I would say Liston still gonna make it, Liston wants some body mass. She wants to get a little stronger for me. But in terms of her form, Liston has form for days, Bridget. But I don't agree. I don't agree with Badger.
Yeah, you know who Liston reminds me of? Sharon Simpson. She kind of have a
I see somebody commenting on the screen. This person is Carleen Green. That's happened to be my sister and mine. Welcome, my sister. Good for you to be able to join us here. And she's saying, with proper training, nutrition, and discipline, these young ladies are unstoppable. I agree with you, my sister.
Hey, Carly, we just took away the guru belt from Pioneer, and I have it now. So we want to take you off the street.
You still have it, my sister. Welcome forward to I Am Sure, my sister. I know you sneak and watch, but it's good to you to be here to make a comment,
Miguel Wilson. And
big up Brown Man Security. You see me, I say? So
big up Brown Man Security. And then Richard was asking about Kevona Davis, who is getting better.
Yeah, man, all right. You see, my concern for Kevona though is that she went into the college system. And the college system is a little bit, but let's see. I still think Kevona has a lot to offer. The college system does two things to athletes. It gives them an option. It gives them when somebody gets a college degree in the US, it gives them that other outlet where they don't have to go track and field anymore. So if they experience challenges in them track and field career, they easily branch out. See, the other thing about the college system is that it tends to because of the workload, sometimes it causes, and not all the time, but sometimes it causes athletes to burn out. You understand what I say? So if an athlete gets a little burnt out and gets an injury, and then them have the option of they acquire a US college degree, which gives them an option to go earn good monies elsewhere. It tends to take away the focus from going full speed ahead as an athlete. You understand? But for the ladies who tend to stay here, or for the persons who, especially ladies who tend to stay here, who kind of get that tunnel vision and focusing on track and field, being in the Jamaican environment where we know that the culture is rich and the attention is on them, that they tend to be more driven down that path. So, but for me, I still think Kevona has something to offer. Let's see what happens. I think she has her last year, she has 2 more years at Texas Tech. So I'm going to see how it works out for her. But she's transitioning not as quickly as some of us would like, but she has made some stride in college.
Yeah. And then Miguel Wilson is asking, big up gentlemen, where Serena Cole headed? But I think Nicole answered it down here. Nicole said she will finish her last year at Edwin Allen. So she's staying in school. I think that is good for her because I think she needs to decide if she's going to be a sprinter or a jumper. Because I don't know if people know this, that she also does long jump, triple jump as well. And she does 100, 200. So I think she's going to have to make a decision as to what she does best. What I like with Brianna Liston, and I disagree with you and Brianna Williams. I think Brianna Williams have great upside because she's already, and the fact that she's in the professional field setup longer than them. One, she has had an injury, which we keep forgetting. None of the Clayton twins have not had any injury. Even Liston, even Liston has had injury and has recovered from it because remember she was basically out. So my thing is right. You almost have to think like Kevona Davis had injury. These twins have not had any injury. So you have to think like, how will they operate? Because at some point, they're going to pick up something. And what happens after that? Because all of these other athletes have come back into some level of form, having picked up injuries. And that is something I think when we're thinking about how the future looks, we need to, have it in there. Somebody said,
I hope I am wrong in the mornings. That all of these ladies end up running 10
Chris Lynch, hold on there. Chris Lynch, the ladies asking for the glasses, man. Oh, Chris Lynch. All right, I'm going to call
you want to on the stream, Chris? You need to on the stream, Chris. Come in, Chris.
All right, hold on. Friday, go on, go call glasses, man.
All right, somebody said this. I'm saying this, man. And it is my hope that all of these young ladies will transition and become world-class sprinters running 10.7s and 10.6s. But I can only give my honest opinion, people. I can just speak on how I see it and my observation. And we are all entitled to that. It is my hope that Brianna Williams will next year change her coaching situation. I think for me, and last year when the conversation came up, I said I would give Otto Bowling one more year, with her. And then if it didn't work out and if she didn't make some stride, she has been around, but she has been between 10.98 and 10.94, which she ran a PB this year for the last 2 years. I think it's now time for her to take that next step. Can Otto Bowling bring her there? I'm not sure about it. So I would like to see her make a coaching change next year. But even if she makes a coaching change, just based on my observation, I think Brianna Williams tops out at maybe 10.85. That's just me. And I said, I am hoping that she will become the next Shelly-Ann Fraser and be running 10.7s and 10.6 in her sleep. All right, but for me, in my honest opinion, I see her tapping out at a 10.85. Based on what I see of her now, I think she has perfected her form. I think she, I can't see her getting bigger. I can't see her getting faster. I can't see her cleaning up her form and doing anything. So for me, she tap out at 10.85. That's just my opinion. However, when we look at the Clayton twins, when I look at Kemba, when I look at Kevona has cleaned up her form a bit and still see more work to be done there. When I look at those persons, when I look at Brianna Liston, I can see her getting a little stronger, putting on some body mass, and that will speak to her getting stronger and faster. I can see the Clayton things cleaning up their farm and going faster. They're running now, as we tell man last night about just raw talent and speed. Seeing they are almost devoid of proper sprinting form right now. Their heads are all over the place. Their heads are sideways when they run, leaning sometimes. So if you were to put them with the right coach who, I say, do some work with them, then sky's the limit. I can't say the same for Brianna Williams. So all of those ladies a man's mentioned a while ago. Yeah. And this is just my opinion. I think Brianna for me has the lowest ceiling. All right, other ladies.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to take some more of these. Somebody said Tia has that's the other sister, and she has struggled to recover from it because her form has dipped since her injury. But Pioneer, they're asking for soup. They're asking for soup as well,
All right, we can bring in senior soup tomorrow, man. Not a problem.
Tomorrow,
bring
yeah,
in
tomorrow is the final day.
Yeah, we bring in Sweden Soup on the final day. Let me see if him available tomorrow. I know he's a man we're busy. As you would expect that Jamaica going through the holiday period now, you know, it's a busy time for him.
Yeah. And I tried calling. Let's see if I can get the preach. Cause the people they want to hear from the people them, you know them. Yeah, boy, them not really enjoy you and I, you know, Pioneer. They want to hear from the other people, them, man. Man, a real baller. I ask and Nicola asks the other people, them. But also we want to get them on. But let me ask you this, Pioneer, right? The Rob Smith, because I've been talking about this. If the Mannings, are you happy to see all of these field medals? I am telling you, all right. Look at what we did in the high jump, right?
So Manning's good. I'm glad they got here. Now you can agree with me that Jamaica is truly a track and field nation. Your advocacy for we change people from their disciplines and put them in other places. Look at this. Look at what you're doing at the youth level now.
Reggie, no, this is
no, hold on, Reggie. No, hold on. Listen, man. Take a beat. No. This is how we take the. This is how we pull out the guru belt now and beat you with it, brother.
Listen, hey, people. Pioneer is trying to say, listen, people, what Pioneer is saying, and then right. Listen what Pioneer is saying, people. Pioneer is trying to tell me that the fact that these athletes have done that, my idea of taking some of the athletes in, especially in the sprint where we have so many, and have them do like hold on, Pioneer, like triple jump is
I come in for you when we don't know anything.
It's a bad idea. Let me tell you this. My point is proven that there are other areas we can get medal in outside of the sprint, and that is proven today by the high jumper and the long jumper, the triple jumper. Sorry.
So man, that wasn't your point, man. That was no. No, Reggie, not. All right, so hold on. So let me forward now. My time. Anyway, we just named out about 7 very outstanding young female sprinters.
Yeah, so I think Serena Coach should go to the triple jump and the long jump because she is a champs winner in that. Go ahead.
All right, good. But that's something natural. That's not us transitioning her from an event that she's unfamiliar with. Hold on, Reggie. That wasn't your point, Mannings, man. Your point was, so we just name out.
Me have Nicola, me have thing there here for support real all baller there, but go ahead, make your point.
All right, so you are saying no. So we just named out Brianna Williams. We just named out Kemba Nelson. We just named out the Clayton twins. We just named out Brianna Liston.
Is it the fun in the background?
All right. We just named out Brianna Liston. All right, so that's and we spoke about Serena Cole, but Serena Cole is a jumper. We're not transitioning anybody from anywhere that they're not familiar with. Are you suggesting that because we are so rich in sprinting talent, we should be moving some of those names I just mentioned?
No, let me give you. I'm giving you what I was saying. I am saying to you, when Serena Cole, for example, coach, looks at her and looks at the field.
Jump already, man.
Well, but that is the point. But she is still pursuing the sprints.
But she's weighing her options at this time.
That is what
she's a jumper. What you were suggesting, Mannings, was that these people should be moved away from areas that they are naturally comfortable and be put into areas for us to go seek medals. The point I was making to you, Mannings, is that listen, as we are now, we are transitioning, especially from the youth level, into a true track and field nation. And I remember mentioning to you our participation at the youth level.
I am calling the preacher to clarify this. That was not the point we were making.
All right.
Yo, Mannings, man.
Preacher, I don't know if you're listening, but Pioneer and I are here. Right?
Yes.
And you remember we're talking about because of all the athletes that we have in the sprints, we should have let them go and do some other events. right?
Yes. Remember that conversation.
You remember that conversation. All right. So ideal example, I am saying that when I look at what the triple jumper did today and the high jump, I'm saying that this is again suggesting to me that Jamaica can get medals outside of the regular sprinting. And a good example is Serena Cole, right? I am suggesting to Pioneer, instead of her keep looking at the 100 with the pool of 100 meters, she's not going to get tired of list or the, why not just stick to the jump? Pioneer is saying that is not what I was saying. To tell preacher what I was saying, Pioneer.
No, and that was the point that we were making.
Right,
that when there is a pool of talent that will eliminate some athletes from transitioning, they could do the jumps. They could do the jumps or another event like a 4 hurdles or another event that we have less talented people in. That was the argument.
All right, Pioneer. Yeah, you're that.
My time now. You see, Virgin, I was quiet, so my time now. See? Mornings, at no time are you suggesting that an athlete. So for some all right, I'm going to use your own, what you think was your strong argument to beat you with the guru bed right now. Was Hibbert or Pottinger a sprinter at any time? You know about that?
Yes.
Who? What event did they do?
Hibbert is a sprinter champs.
For which school?
No, the school I'm attend, brother.
Which school?
Let me pull it up. Come and remember. Man, sprinter.
Hey, Martins, I'm saying to you, the point I was trying to make to you. See? And this was preacher. This was the point I was making to Martins. What on the preacher? Give me a chance, please. Give me a chance.
Hibbert did run at champs doing it.
Hold on, preacher, man. Preacher, listen, the point I was trying to make, see, was our system is so designed that because you have schools that are, some of the schools chasing points and these coaches looking at these athletes from such a tender age, that these athletes get naturally channeled and funneled into events that they will find their niche in. And our success in this under-20 championship is evidence. I want me to try to say that we don't now need to look at Brianna Williams and say, Brianna Williams, boy, it might be tough for you to make it in the sprint, so go do the long jump. Or we can look at Kemba and say, because the Clayton twins are coming up.
But Brianna Williams and Kemba Nelson would not be good examples.
Exactly.
No, hold on. Preacher, I don't know if you were listening before. What on the preacher, man?
To be fair.
Preacher, what on preacher? I don't know if you were listening to the stream. What on preacher? I don't know if you were listening to the stream before Manning Scarlet. But while we were there, preacher, we mentioned about 6 or 7 young ladies who are expecting to be at the top of the food chain. And I could go down further than Mannings. I could go to people like Ashanti Moore and those people, Teriki Hill, who is a hurdler now, who is also a sprinter. I'm saying if they display a natural ability at the event, then that's different. But to suggest that we transition people from an event that they are having success in to go attempt event that them not have now, we have never seen them in, which is what you were suggesting, man. Come on, man. Come on, my brethren. Don't go flipping now because the argument are can beat you,
preacher.
See, preacher, where's the preacher?
The crux of my argument was that you have at least 60 athletes at champs every year contesting class 100 meter. See? Of that 60 athletes, about say 10 to 15 of them make the transition to the senior level and make the transition well enough to compete at World Games, under 20s and otherwise. So the rest of those athletes who have sprint potential at the high school level could easily be introduced to a long jump that requires speed, or even a triple jump that is a little bit more technical. Because those events have less athletes competing for positions to represent Jamaica. That's all I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
But the point I'm making,
put a Kemba Nelson in that conversation.
Because they are the top of the pile.
They are the top of the pile. They are the best of the...
No, but what on the Mannings, man? Mannings. You were talking about, and we were discussing this at the senior level. At no time did we mention the junior level. I was the person who took the conversation.
Hold on, I brought up Pioneer. I brought up Kemar Bailey Cole in the conversation.
And that is at the senior level. I'm saying, no, we were having this conversation. Hold on, Bridget. And the point I made to you, and I remember distinctly making this point here, that and bring up Stan Cranky. Bring up Stan Cranky comment, because I just saw Stan Cranky. Bring up Stan Cranky comment. Seeing?
That's
People
what we should do.
Yeah,
what
man.
Ability afford people.
Ability affords her, Bridget. That is what the point I make to you.
No,
we don't. So Serena Cole.
With that.
Serena Cole is hold on, preacher. Give me a second, preacher.
No, Pioneer. Let me say something. No, remember
Go ahead. Go ahead.
A 100-meter sprinter doesn't know what he or she's ability is until a coach discovers that ability.
I suggest that be done at the junior level, not while they are seniors.
Yeah, man.
Not Kemar Bailey Cole, who is a Commonwealth champion at the 100 meters.
No, man. But
Manning was suggesting that Kemar Bailey Cole at this point in his career should go try the long jump or the triple jump.
No.
That's what you so how did Kemar Bailey Cole come in the conversation?
No, Pioneer.
So how Kemar Bailey Cole come to the conversation, Manning? Come on, Manning, man.
All right,
and I'm saying, brother, when the people display the natural ability now, like Stan Cranky said, like a Serena Cole, which is what the point I made, that the coaches in the high schools saying will in their search and their seeking for athletes to get to garner points for their schools, will try out different athletes at different disciplines, and at that point they will discover who can do what, and it is at that point that me ever say people will carve out their niche. So in a Serena Cole's case. Give me go ahead.
Remember Tiana Bartoletta? You remember Tiana Bartoletta?
Yes, preacher.
The American who ran on the 4x1 team.
Long jumper. Blessing Okabari too.
All right. Yeah, remember, say Tiana Bartoletta did not start out as a junior doing the long jump.
I forgot.
It wasn't her. Go check it. From high school coming up. It wasn't necessarily.
I'll go check it out. I know that she did the long jump. But I don't know her for her history before.
Right.
I don't know her history before.
Because she probably would be a good example. Because see, in that American sprint pool, she had the talent, but she would not make a American team to run a flat 100.
But she did.
She ran on the 4x1.
No, she ran 2012. She ran the flat 100 in 2012, Bridget. She made the finals of the flat 100 in 2012.
And then she transitioned in 2016 to do the jump.
But I'm saying to you, she was a successful sprinter. Tiana Bartlett have a PB of 10.78 in a preacher. She has made more than one US team she has made more than one US senior team as a flat 100-meter runner. But she was in the finals of the Olympic finals in 2012. But preacher
as a jumper.
Preacher, but she can also jump. As a matter of fact, I knew about her that. Hold on, preacher. You said that she never do the jumps in as a junior. But I knew about her at the senior level as a jumper. But I knew of her as a jumper before I knew of her as a sprinter. And this is at the senior level. I don't know her history as a junior. I'm going to research it because you mentioned it now.
I'm going to check
her. But at the senior level, but she has made US teams as a sprinter. All right, the other person who is a sprinter and a jumper. What on earth, management? Yeah.
Just listen to me. Brother,
what you say?
You talk to Lord, brother.
All right, my bad. Because I'm not talking about foot. My bad. That's very good, man. It's passion, man. It's don't
make some good points still. I get to him, I say. But Manning's point wasn't that senior athletes transition.
You see the facts they mentioned Bailey Cole. You see the facts they mentioned Bailey Cole preach. I'm going to take him beating Bridget.
No, Pioneer. So let me go back to the mirror. No. When we're talking about Bailey Cole, all right? Yeah. Right, because I'll cranky, I lose in mind now. I agree with you, but anyways, and Nicole jump off of my wagon, so I have to bring her back into the wagon.
Yeah, man. If you take a beat, man, you want to go bed, so you have to get.
Hold on, a couple of things. Let me just big up this. TikTok says as of today, Jamaica juniors have 12 medals. I think tied with the max 2018 in Finland. So you remember you're asking that. So respect TikTok for that.
Yeah, man. Good bit of information. TikTok.
Leroy Cohen was saying that, let me just put up this and then I get back to him. It's a Pioneer, big up your flipping self. No Rasta can stop your thing.
Yeah, man, big up.
All right, so, so let me get back to my point. When we brought up Kemar Bailey Cole, I made a point that when Kemar Bailey Cole was coming onto the scene, you
No,
had
Bonnie.
Hold on, Pioneer. Let me tell you how the conversation was. We had Usain Bolt, Ewan Blake, Asafa Powell, Nestor Carter. I said, based on his build, right? With his speed, I think he would have been a very good long jumper because it would have been very difficult for him to break into any top three at that time with those guys. It was very difficult unless somebody was injured or Ewan Blake. I didn't call Ewan Blake. That is the point I was making. So I am saying that sometimes when the athletes are like that, coaches need to look and say, listen, you know what? I know you can sprint, but look at the times. These guys are 9.8 and 9.7 and stuff. You are still at 10. All right? Listen, why don't you just try the long jump in your final year of high school to see if with your speed and your height, you can do the long jump, because you may be able to medal for Jamaica doing the long jump than to even make a Jamaican team, because it's not like we had a whole heap of long jumpers. That was the point I was making, enough.
I can say something now, man.
Go ahead.
All right. So your argument flawed now. Kemar Bailey Cole came onto the scene as a youngster. Who people like myself as a Jamaican track was hoping that would have come and fill the void that would have been left when people like Bolt move out. Now should have been Bailey Cole's time now. Bailey Cole is still a youth in a bridging. Look at the void that we now have in Jamaica and sprinting. Bailey Cole should have been coming to transitioning.
When we were having the discussion, I said Bailey Cole might not have been the best example.
Yeah, man, Bailey Cole who should know it's Bailey. Yeah.
30 years old. What can I use?
But still a young man. Still a young man in terms of
for track and field.
Hold on, Bridget. Bailey Cole. Hold on. You're messing, man. Bailey Cole came up right under Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt has been off the scene since 2017. In 2017, Bailey Cole was 25 years old. At 25, a sprinter is at his prime. Now should have been Bailey Cole's time. I heard Coach Glenn Mills said Bailey Cole is next in line to Bolt. If his exact words were, if this youth take the training like how me I give it to him, he's gonna be next. Why would I be suggesting that the man who's the coach identified as
Bailey Cole was not the best.
In 2012, Bailey Cole ran the anchor leg and in the preliminary round of the 4x1 Bridget. Right. He was next in line. He went to the Commonwealth Games and won gold. In 2013, he was a part of a big four for Jamaica. Right after 2012, in 2014, we had 4 Jamaican men in the 100 meter that included Bailey Cole and Nickel Ashmead and Nestor Carter and Usain Bolt. Not even Blake, you know. So Bailey Cole was right there.
Pioneer. Well, I have a good example. We have a good example to give Pioneer.
Yeah.
You remember one time Roy Bailey was at Calabar? You remember there was an athlete at Calabar along with him named Dwight Thomas? You remember him?
Yeah, man. Bigger Thomas, yeah.
You know what he started doing?
The hurdles, the 110 hurdles.
Okay, the 110 hurdles. So
but he was trying that from high school.
Where?
Bigger Thomas actually hurdles from high school, yeah, man.
Where?
And went to college, I run the hurdles in college too.
No, follow me. Which high school that he was doing hurdles in?
The Calabar Bigger Thomas go.
Which he wasn't doing any hurdles at Calabar.
Bigger Thomas was doing the hurdles in college and high school, Virgin. But that came natural, Mannings. You are suggesting switching people, Virgin. And I'm saying to you, Jamaica has such a system, Mannings. The point I make to you, saying and it is being proven. It is being proven by our hold on, preacher. Please, preacher, give me a second. It is being proven by our successes at the under 20 level now that we have such a system that people get channeled into the areas where their talents are their talents and abilities serve them best.
The success at the under 20 level can somewhat paint an untrue picture of the reality. The high jumper who won is not based in Jamaica. He was not created by the Jamaican track and field system.
Good. All right. Well, right? Preacher, stick up in right there. That's another point that I made to you, not preacher. That with the people in the diaspora. You remember me saying that, Mannings? that with the people in the diaspora, and I pointed to the young lady from England.
Make preacher
Now hold on, but me glad to preach and make a point and me didn't make before. So go ahead, preacher. Continue, preacher. Well, the beat that come cause the backbone is badly my bridge.
So that's what. The second thing is,
Yeah,
I'm here to respond to this.
yeah,
The many track athletes, sprinters who do
Yeah.
not transition in the sprints, but are decent and could be incorporated into a jump event or into a middle distance event like a 4 hurdles or whatever it is. If do you think if we create a system where these young persons could be channeled into other events, it would enhance what we are doing as a track program in Jamaica?
all right. So my man say it like this. And I'm thinking that the many you're talking about are probably some of the persons like where they're on racers right now. See?
No,
Like
we're not
like-
talking those that racers. We're just talking in
Like-
general.
No man, him say the many because we. So
We
me,
not-
me,
But we're
No, but let me just-
not talking. We're
No, but it's better for me to be to speak to specifics, man. Come on.
What I'm saying is that you said that he is talking about race.
No, but all right. So let me be specific. So let me speak to specifics. See?
Yeah.
So me go to the man because there's a bunch of them running races, like the Michael O'Hara's and the Jazeel Murphys and a lot of the youths them that hasn't transitioned. Disappointingly hasn't transitioned. See? And I said, for me, this speaks more to their attitude and their attitude towards training than their ability. Now, may I say, if you even transition a man from his natural inclination, which is sprinting, see, which is actually the glory event, and you transitioning him to an event where him less likely to get glory out of it, that comes far less natural to him. If him not have the right attitude towards training, then him not gonna make it either. If he cannot make it in an era that he is naturally inclined, seeing and that is poised to bring him great glory and success and attention, seeing because he have the wrong attitude.
Pioneer.
Then if you transition him to a different era, then it's not gonna make no sense either.
Pioneer.
That's how me look on it.
We're assuming that their attitude is a problem.
All right, you know that.
No, well,
All right.
yes, that's what we have heard. After those gentlemen. Yeah,
Pioneer.
man.
You know, we have an athlete that has moved from the 400 meters and she went into the 800. She was struggling to even make finals in the 400. But now she's running the 800 and making finals for Jamaica.
She made finals for Jamaica. She has made finals in the 400 for Jamaica. Of course she has. You're talking about what's her name? Not Tiffany James. What's the other one's name? She married named Powell. She made the semi-finals at
Christian Garden.
Christian Garden has made numerous 400-meter finals in Jamaica.
So listen.
You just made an erroneous statement, man. So I have a correct you.
So she has made global. Hold on, man.
Go ahead.
Christian Garden has gone to global championships and make finals for Jamaica in the 400.
No, but she has not done it at 800 meter either. You said she has made finals in Jamaica. She has made the national championship finals in Jamaica.
No, oh jeez, man.
She has made the national championship finals in Jamaica, Bridget.
Let me finish, man.
Yeah.
When I say not make finals as a Jamaican, if you want to just take that word, I should have said Jamaica as a Jamaican instead of in Jamaica. Fine. If you want me the argument about that, so let's make an argument about that. Because I was talking about as a Jamaican, we were talking about in Jamaica. So let's argue about that. Because if we get trivial with the argument, brother,
no, we're not getting trivial, but we have to get the specifics, Bridget. You can't say something when all right. You have to correct you. Go ahead. Continue.
Here's what I want to ask you.
Yeah.
Do you believe that the sport of track and field in Jamaica have lost athletes who could have been moved into other disciplines during their high school years and probably gotten success?
You add that to it now. You're adding during. No, hold on. I see that you're trying to slide in this. You're trying to be slick now, man. You're trying to be slick.
Oh.
No, man, don't do that. You're not gonna be slick with me, Bridget. Don't slide in during their high school years. That was not the conversation we were having the other day, Bridget. We were looking at the senior level money. Don't try. You saying during the high school years is the point I was making, my Bridget. I said to you when we were having the conversation that during your high school years, coaches will try athletes at different disciplines, and this is when they're going to discover what they can do, not at the senior level, which is what you were suggesting. So don't slide in during the high school year like a stick brother. No, you won't get away with that in the mornings. You're not going to get away with that, Bridget. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know? And I'm saying to you, man.
Pioneer, the preacher thought, no, man, now make it preach. I don't preacher. Go ahead, preacher.
Yeah, preacher. Go ahead, preacher.
Yeah, Mannings, give me a talk. Pioneer.
Yeah, man. Go ahead, my brother.
One of the things you said in our discussion was that those who didn't transition from the high school level should go and find other jobs in other fields. You remember saying that?
I don't remember that distinctly saying that. I don't remember that.
I remember you saying that if a youth don't transition from the high school level, then he probably needs to go and try other fields, other careers.
I might have said that tongue in cheek. I don't remember saying that. I don't remember saying that with a sense of conviction. I might have said it tongue in cheek, but I don't remember saying that.
No,
at that point in the argument. No, man, it's not try that, man. Go ahead. All right, so you even said that, preacher. Go ahead. Address that.
No, man, hold on. Let me finish this. That statement was made against the backdrop that we were saying there are at least 60 athletes competing in the 100 meters at champs in class 1. And only a few of them, only 8 going to make the final. Many of them who don't make semis or finals, we don't hear nothing more about them. And those are
I don't remember us having the champs conversation, preacher.
Yeah,
this wasn't about champs, man. Don't do that, man. This was not about champs, Bridget. This was not about champs, preacher, because preacher, I said one of the big points I made in the discussion was that. Listen, Bridget.
Where Manning's man go wrong was the example of Kemar Bailey Cole.
And that is how I knew that we were talking about the senior level, preacher. That is why I knew that we were talking about the senior level and not high school. Because one of the points I made, preacher, was that the coaches, hold on, preacher, give me a second. One of the points I made was that because the coaches, some of these coaches were in search of points at champs, they would try out the athletes at different events to see how they could maximize them to get points at champs. And this is where some athletes might find a different niche. See, that's one of the points I made in the conversation. So we could not have been talking about high school.
All right. You did say that. No, you did say that. But then I retorted by telling you that those were schools that were competing to win champs, not schools where you have 1 or 2 athletes who are competing at champs. It's only the schools that are.
I don't recall the conversation going to that.
You don't remember that?
I can't recall the conversation.
Man, so like a politician when he was quizzing Parliament says,
No, man. Anyway, but the bigger argument, though, preacher, is I'm going to transition from the argument.
Yeah, we're going to move along, but cricket and mask have a comment, and I don't know, Cranky all of a sudden, upon your side. All them people upon your side and Rob Smith, but
big argument at that, man. That's it, come on.
Danny McFarlane, he says, he's asking a question. When did he transition to the hurdles?
Senior level.
As a senior.
But you know that facilitated that. Him definitely never make it. Try a thing and work.
But that may I tell us somebody they now make it.
Mannings, I'm saying to you, you are Danny McFarlane did that on his own, brother. Nobody forced Danny McFarlane to make that transition.
He must have had a coach who influenced that.
A coach, yeah, sure, but Mannings is suggesting that.
No, suggest nobody force. I could never. How can I suggest that people force people to do things?
Mannings, all right. I said this is my closing argument, Mannings, and I made the same argument before. Jamaica, as it stands right now, I, as a track and field fan, I am proud, I am happy with the transitioning of Jamaica as a true track and field nation. The happenings at this under-20 championships is a perfect, what's the word may I search for? It's a perfect example of where replica. The perfect, that's search for word. It's not coming to my head, come on, sleep. But this is proof that, listen, we are transitioning into a track and field nation. We are participating in, as I said to you, man, I remember telling you that the only 3 events at Jamaica we are not being competitive in is the javelin throws, the hammer throw, and the pole vault. We are contesting and being competitive in all the other events.
We have been really?
Yes, man. Shot put,
tell
discus,
hold on.
high jump, long jump,
No, let me ask you now.
Yeah.
Tell me, when have we been competitive in the male high jump?
We just had the winner at the
At a
under
senior,
20.
at a senior
At the
championship.
senior championship,
senior
because
No,
that
but
is
all
At a
right.
senior champ.
yeah.
So we produced a Jeremy Mason, who eventually went. We produced Jamaican produced Jeremy Mason, who went to jump for England and won gold. See? So Jamaica, we have.
We can't.
So we know we have young Pottinger coming up, brother, at the under 20 level, man. We
But
don't need to transition. What are the mannings, man? We don't need to transition anybody into the high jump because we have Pottinger as a youngster who are come fill that void.
did not come through the Jamaican system.
No matter, I had mentioned to you people like Adel Tracy who I said what we can't feel through our high school system, we'll get it from expatriates and people in the diaspora. You remember that part of the argument?
Yeah.
You see if you already deny that.
Go ahead.
So may I step to you now, Bridget?
Pioneer.
Yeah, go ahead,
Pioneer.
preacher.
All right. If our success as a track and field nation is going to be predicated
And one.
in the field events in particular on having one athlete who has demonstrated the ability to compete at the highest level. When we have hundreds of young people in our high schools who participate in track and field, and many of whom, if properly
Preacher, we are getting there, preacher.
guided early.
Preacher, this success is like this that will guide and breed and encourage these youngsters to come follow suit. We don't need to force it. We don't need to force it. It will come naturally. That may I say, no, Bridget. We are transitioning into a true track and field nation.
Here how disingenuous we are. This is how disingenuous we are when we discuss Jamaica's track and field. Usain Bolt started out running the 400 meters, right? That was Usain Bolt's pet event as a junior, correct?
Yeah.
His coach helped to influence him coming down and running the shortest.
He was very good at the 200. Don't forget that, preacher. Because he won the 200, not the 400 at the world junior level.
No.
So don't do that. Don't do that, you know.
The 200, but he was never a 100 meter runner.
Don't this, the 200
meter runner.
No, hold on, Bridget, but he was, as a matter of fact.
You're not allowing the man to make your point.
You make your
Preacher
point.
make a point when a true man's man. Come on, never correct that.
No, but you're
Pioneer, let the man finish first, no man, and
Alright.
then you make your point,
you're
man.
unfair now, brother.
Go ahead.
He started out as a junior, dominating the 4 at champs. He was very good at the 200.
Let the man finish,
He
Pioneer.
was very good at the 200. He was never a 100 meter sprinter.
Sure.
Somebody helped to influence Usain Bolt running the 100 meter. If we follow your logic, Usain Bolt was naturally better at the 4 and the 2. Usain Bolt, because of where he was naturally better, should have been running the 4 and the 2. Michael Johnson did it and did very good at it. Usain Bolt became the 100 meter world record holder because somebody said to him, try the 100.
At the senior level.
At the senior level. We cannot have an argument, and it won't work for everybody, you know. But there are some athletes who, at even the senior level, we can look at them and say to them, this is an opportunity that you might be missing because you're so fixated on what you think you're naturally good at. But as a coach, I can see you transitioning into this event. It may not be far from your area of natural giftedness, but it may require a little bit more or something little different. There's nothing wrong with that.
Just like how we want Chris Taylor to come down.
Call it force if you want. I think Chris Taylor would be better at the 200 than the 400 because
Please, give me a chance. That's a battle point argument. Preacher, it's a battle point argument. Preacher, it's almost too. All right. Firstly, Usain Bolt was a very, very good 200 meter runner in high school. Yes. He, as a matter of fact, he had his greatest success as a junior in the 200 meters. Usain Bolt himself said to his coach, more run the 100. It wasn't anybody who encouraged him, my brethren. The story is that the man said to Glenn Mills, listen, I want to run the 100 meter. And Glenn Mills said, if you break Daniel Quarries, 200, come again. No, man, give me a chance for that. Preacher, I allowed you to say something. Allow me now, please. Allow me now, brethren. I allowed you to talk, preacher. Give me a chance.
No, I'm going to
give me a chance, brethren. I allowed you, preacher. When me talk now, brother, when me done talk, you can report to me.
You're saying something that is not fully true. If Glenn Mills did not,
tell me what I said that wasn't true.
Did not facilitate if Glenn Mills did not facilitate.
No, you said that somebody encouraged Bolt. You said, Preacher, that somebody encouraged Bolt, which is not true. Bolt, the story is that Bolt said to the coach, listen, I want to run the 100, and Glenn Mills said, if you want to run the 100, break Donald Quarry's national 200-meter record, and then I'll allow you to run the 100 meters. Isn't that how the story goes, man? Yes or no?
So hold on.
So Usain Bolt himself, not with the urging of anybody, decided that he wanted to move down to the 100-meter. So no argument, a battle and catch argument at Bridget.
Fellas.
Pioneer. You know what the weakness in Pioneer argument is?
Yeah.
Michael Johnson was excellent at the 200 meters. See? Michael Johnson was the world record holder at one point in the 200 meters. Michael Johnson has never run the 100 meter. On the 400, he has never run the 100 meter. He tried, and I can never try, you know. He tried in the budget. Michael Johnson, I think PB is something like 10.0 something, you know. No, in broke 9 seconds. You were making the argument. No, but you were making the argument that Bolt was very good at the 200, so it was easy for him to transition to the 100.
I'm not saying, Bridget, the man himself
around the 100.
Preacher, you make a different argument now, you know. I am saying the crux of this argument is that people will transition either by themselves or at the high school level. Bolt himself, nobody encouraged Bolt to go around the 100, brother. Bolt himself take that on for himself.
Preacher, we have to manage the conversation. Because,
anyway,
Preacher, we understand.
Make a move from this. Everything we get back down.
No, man, we are get right. So we're gonna move. We're gonna move from this because man carry one whole bus load of people and send credit, go give them. All I want them are foreign that about Pioneer this and Pioneer that.
No, man, I got man.
Yo, listen, you know what I have seen, man? You know
what I brother? If people them flash them light and wave them flags, brother. Where are they? I'm gonna give us stuff for the views of the people them manage. How are they? The people them bust them blank and flash them light, brother. Where are they?
Preacher, I just want to know that Sherika Jackson came down from the 400 under the advice of her coach.
Yeah, man, don't worry yourself, man. I'm not listen to a Pioneer. I said, but nobody to encourage him, man. What me know is that Javon Minzy was a 100-meter sprinter, and he then became a rugby player, and he has been participating in bobsled. Tiana Bartoletta was a 200-meter sprinter, and at a senior level, she represented the US on the bobsleigh team. When you have sprinting prowess, there are many things you can transition into, even as a senior athlete. It really just takes somebody to be there to support you and to encourage you along the way. Tiana Bartoletta never grew up doing bobsleigh. No, she never had a love for bobsleigh, right? She was introduced to bobsleigh. She was guided into the process and she represented.
So was Kairos.
Ability.
So was Lauren Williams. Lauren Williams.
There are opportunities that exist in the realm of
we not say no preacher, but Minister said it come naturally.
That's all I said.
I say make it come naturally. Make people transition into where them talents guide them and them fit. And I'm saying to you, as Jamaica,
transition into things naturally.
Preacher, listen.
I see Jamaica.
Listen, we're gonna have to have this because I don't want. You understand me? But I hear what you're saying.
Let us transition naturally. Let us transition naturally.
Yeah, because one of the big things I think, and like, if Jamaica qualified, the male team qualified for the World Cup, this would be a big show. But I don't think we realize that we have a world record in the 4. A world record in the 100 meters, a world record in the 4x1 female, a world record in the triple jump on the first event at the U20. We are tied with
championship record.
Yeah, sorry. We also could surpass the United States on the medal table. We're at 12 medals, and I think I want to want us to celebrate. You understand me? Almost look at the accomplishment of. You understand me? Like, cause this is significant. This is coming out, and this is also coming out of the pandemic. I think this is significant because the last one was in Nairobi, Kenya, in the heights of the pandemic in 2020, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Right. And so here we are today, and I think it's a major accomplishment for the nation. Tremendous. And I think we need to pay attention to the this.
Manage, I'm gonna join you guys on the other side. I'm coming across.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So people, we want us to remember that to really pay tribute to the athlete. This is tremendous. It's an exceptional achievement, exceptional achievement. This is, like I said, I'd love to see what the statements from the government is about this. This is our 60th year, and I know that the athletes are doing well at the Commonwealth game. What we are doing here in this World Juniors, it has surpassed what happened at the World Championship in Oregon. 4 gold medals. We have 5 gold medals. 5 gold medals. You understand me? Records we have. So, I mean, I think this is a big thing for the nation. That, you know, sometimes we hear about athletes being given houses and cars and lands and all of these things. Maybe the government need to look at offering, like, even Serena Cole a scholarship for the rest of her school year.
A big argument, man.
You understand?
Big suggestion.
Yeah, I think with this kind of accomplishment, the government should probably fully cover the tuition, because it's not a big team that went there, you know. Should cover the tuition for this historic accomplishment. If we are in 60 years, maybe, I don't know, maybe they used to give each of them $60,000 for school who are in Jamaica. I don't know. But
yeah, I lobby the private sector for you know, for get involved and sponsor these youngsters. You know, I said it encourages brethren. When a youth in our community, for example, and especially some of these deprived communities, whether it be an inner city community, whether it be a rural community where resources resources are not that readily available. When I look at youth who is a neighbor, sister, you can thrive from doing this, from participating in this. It encourages them to want to get involved or to do something, get into another area. So that is a brilliant suggestion, Virgin. I think is something we need to put out in the ear in terms of, you know, I said, the government and private sector need to look at these youngsters and see what them can do for them. Not give them handouts, but give them things that can be beneficial towards charting a path to them future. So it's a big suggestion, man. I agree with you fully.
And you know that one of the subscribers, one of my person that's always a panelist said that what we should, you know, maybe we should do a collection, and maybe we should do that. Maybe, you know, and I will talk to him and to see maybe what we can do is do a specific video where persons can give, and then, because that will be public so people can see what is given, and then we give it to, I think Mr. David Riley is the head of the technical committee that goes there, and this is for the athlete, just to do something for them, for those who are going to be in Jamaica, because this is historic. So maybe we'll work out that to see if that's something we can do on the platform. But I think we really have to look at this. Maybe, like I said, I like the idea of having a pioneer, which is to probably go to the private sector and say, for this school year, can you sponsor this athlete? Because some of these athletes may be on scholarships in the schools, you know.
Yeah, man. But there's always more that can be done. Them have personal needs at home. Say them have,
exactly.
Yeah, whether it be nutrition, whether it be in terms of books, whether it be in terms of school supplies of any kind, whether it be just maybe general assistance to their families.
Yeah.
So I say that just something that will assist in their upbringing and in them personal development. It can't hurt, brother. It has to be a good.
Yeah, and I think what they can do, even do, because there are some of them who may not be coming out of school, so you can even let there be a grant available that if they decide to go to UTech, or even if they decide to go to a college overseas, because some of the times the colleges that you go to overseas, not everything is paid. They have to come up with some sort of fees and stuff. But I think something should be put in place to, is it commemorate and celebrate this major accomplishment. I know we pay a lot of attention to the seniors, you know, and that is what I think. I think a lot of attention goes to the seniors. Rob Smith is saying Serena Cole at Edwin Allen, he doesn't think she's paying for her schooling.
Yeah, but a lot of these youngsters get scholarships from the high schools in terms of free tuition, and they will assist with their nutrition. But as I said, there are still other things that can be done. You know, I said there are still other areas where some of these student athletes require assistance. So if we are using this platform to try render assistance, what would I do is seek out the particular need of the particular student, and just, it might not be nothing big, it might not be something that costs more than 50 grand or 40,000 or 30,000, but just a need. You understand what I say? Just something that will encourage a student athlete to say, listen, it is because I did this that I can get this. I mean, I say that goes a long way in terms of encouraging. You know,
Yeah, we're on 40
not a
athletes over there,
handout,
man.
nothing like a handout, man, but just something that can be beneficial towards them.
Yeah, education in particular, because there's around 40 athletes. You give them a 10,000 US scholarship grant. That means whether it's 10,000 US each. That's 400,000 US, man. That's not a lot of money. Private sector, I am sure that there are at least 120 private sector interests who could give portions of that. So we could raise 400,000 and give each of the athletes a 10,000 grant. And I'm sure that if they do that, I am sure sports, along with some other well-thinking vloggers, can raise 10,000 US to cover one athlete.
It don't have to be that. I'm saying, man, it don't have to be that substantial of an amount.
That's a substantial pioneer, man. 10,000 US for school. That a one semester. That a 1 year, you know. In Jamaica.
What if it's 2,000 US? That can stop a gap. That can provide certain things that a youngster might need. As I said, just identify a need for each youngster. Because what you might find is that different persons have different needs. So I say, so when you start getting the big money, then you start kind of, sometimes it kind of warp the thinking of the parents and other persons who, not the athletes camp. What if I were involved, what I would seek out is a particular need of every single athlete. Saying maybe this athlete have a problem with housing. Maybe this athlete have a problem with, it might be transportation. It might be, you know what I say? It might be anything. It might be something that they need within them household that will make their lives.
Meaning like maybe an athlete lives in say Hanover and have to travel to Kingston for training.
There you go. And it might be a thing where the athlete can help with rent, with a rental arrangement. Something that goes into, let me say, just into upgrading. So I say I'm benefiting them lives somewhere along them pathway. Yeah. I say, you see, the moment you get big money involved, man, and sometimes it warps the thinking and people start get greedy and it distracts from, let me say, parents get greedy, coaches get greedy, people at the school get greedy, feel like they want to hands in.
That is why I am thinking like, listen, I am having one amount for everybody, whatever the need is. And I'm saying that it's specific towards school, because I know, I don't know for football, but for track and field, I know that most of these athletes, if they don't go pro, most of them end up going to some form of college. Maybe it's GC Foster, maybe it's Michael, maybe it's UH, UTech, or overseas. So wherever you're going, this is the standard amount. It's a grant. I know some people are saying that they can't get sponsorship, but the companies would put that money in a pool and the government do the grant, because whether you're local or overseas, the government, your local government can give you a grant. That is not considered as amateur athletes getting monies and gifts and stuff like that. It is a grant from the government. And I think this is such a significant accomplishment in our 60th year that it needs to. I'm afraid of saying that you need some transportation, because what that may equate to in amount may be insignificant anyways, because that may be 6 months and you're giving them, I don't know, like, you know, it could work out to a little bit of money based on the need. Maybe somebody says, listen, I need a laptop to focus on my schoolwork. The government already have tablets. I think something tangible like that saying, which is also saying to the athletes, get into college, because just in case track and field doesn't work, you have resources to complete 1 year in university at a minimum. Again, because some are 18 and 19, or I don't know, but I think this is a big deal.
Definitely, man. And as I said, we are at 12 medals now with the scope of looking at probably 15, 16, probably more. As I said, we could mine 2 medals in the women's 100 meter hurdles. We could mine 2 medals in the 4x4. And there are other areas where we can medal in also. So we're probably looking at upwards of 15, 16 medals. It's a significant achievement. It's a big thing. And
Yeah.
I say, yeah, man, definitely something that we shouldn't go unnoticed by all Jamaicans, yard and abroad. That's what I say. Definitely something where we need to look at and something where we all must see how we can play with part. Because, brethren, these things bring us so much pride and so much joy, my brethren. You know what I say? It make on a night like this, you can stay home and I watch some track and field, not feeling the need to go out of your house to go satisfy that, you know, that part of you where need some satisfaction. So it's a great thing. And sure, whether it's a major, whether it's a world championship or it's the Olympics or it's the World Juniors or the Commonwealth game, our athletes continue to make us proud on the world stage. And that also draws attention to the country in a positive way. So it benefits tourism and it benefits other areas of life. So there's nothing that is too good, Virgin, we can look for gift to our athletes.
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%.
And unlike the senior athletes, I think all of them will be coming back in next week. So I hope the government has something planned for their return, you know, because that too, I think, needs to be paid attention to, you know, the kind of treatment they get when they return to Jamaica. So, I know the independence celebration will be over by the time they return, but tomorrow is their final day. You can imagine they get some gold medals tomorrow on Emancipation Day. That's like icing on a nicely baked cake. But I'm talking about tomorrow. What are your expectations? Brain thanks for the super chat. And then he says, I am sure sports, is it too early to say Gabriel Jesus might be a flop? It is too early to say that, Brain Drain. Don't worry. 2 points in the back, 2 goals, 3 points in the bag. He did enough for us to win the game. But Pioneer, what about tomorrow? Are you expecting any gold medals for Jamaica tomorrow? This is at the Commonwealth Games.
Commonwealth. Interested to see what Elaine Thompson will do in terms of, you know, showdown with Mboma. My thing is if she breaks 22 seconds, she has a very good chance of winning. Don't know if she's in that form. In the 100-meter hurdles, I could see one of our late. Well, no, I take that back. I forget that the Superwoman is at the Commonwealth.
Nigerian.
Yeah, I forget that she's. I'm forgetting that she's at the Commonwealth Games. But anything could happen tomorrow. On the
what
track.
about the 400 meter? What about the 400-meter hurdles? Isn't that tomorrow?
4 hurdles.
With Russell and Salmon.
Yeah. I think that is tomorrow. I think
you don't think any of them are good enough to get the gold?
No, man, I think we could go 1, 2, 3 in that. You know.
Oh.
What by the way? We got Ricketts won the goal in the triple jump. How did the other ladies do? I missed that.
Kimberly finished and she broke the game's record.
She broke the game's record on her first jump.
Kimberly finished 4th just by a whisker. She finished 4th.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in the 400 hurdles, we could go 1, 2, 3. Our 2 ladies were 1, 2. 2 of our ladies, Russell and Cheyenne Salmon were 1, 2 in the first heat and Clayton won the second heat. So we definitely could go 1, 2, 3 in that. We should at least get 2 medals here in the Commonwealth. Also, for me, what I'm interested in seeing is the Mboma versus Gillian clash.
Yeah, well, Brain is saying that Mboma is coming off major injury. I think it is too soon of a return for her, and so he's basically saying no competition. And then Tuffy Rudy says Elaine should get gold. Mboma didn't look too good in her semi. She struggled around the bend. According to Pioneer, she was playing possum. But go ahead, Pioneer.
No, man, as I say, I am not going. The first race I saw her back was the heat. She ran 22.2 something. Elaine still hasn't gone near that at this championship. In the World Championship final, in spite of the fact that she was running from lane 2, Elaine ran 22.3 something. Alright, I'm not sure that we are getting the best version of Elaine right now. So, as I don't know. Let us see. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Mbo. She looks stronger in terms of her physical appearance, and I think her sprint form is improving. So it's gonna be interesting to see. I think tomorrow will tell us how far back she is and what we can expect from her for the rest of the season. I would love to see a few clashes between herself and Sherika Jackson later on in the year, and I'm suspecting that we might get that maybe at the Diamond League final, because monies are gonna be involved. I know Sherika will go after the money, and Mboma will be there about. So we will get that clash, but I want to see the form she's in tomorrow in that clash with Ilian, and it will tell us a lot of what we can expect of her for the rest of the track and field season.
Isn't there a Diamond League on the 10th?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's one. Right?
there's one on the weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's one on Saturday. Tomorrow, there's a Diamond League tomorrow.
No.
Yeah, man. Tomorrow.
It's
Yeah,
tomorrow.
Diamond League tomorrow, man. Yeah, man. Saturday.
Okay, that's the one that Sharika chose to go to.
Let me pull up the information because
Yeah, man. Sharika will be running the 200 tomorrow, and she'll be up against the Bahamian, the 400 meter champion. Shawnee Miller. Yeah, Miller Weber.
Well, she beat Miller Weber earlier this year still. I don't think the form that she's in Miller Weber is any competition. But let's see. Interesting. Track and field season is not yet done, people. We have a whole lot of track and field. We have track and field from now till the middle of September.
Well, Tuffy Rudy is saying that Mboma might get third. What are your thoughts on that tomorrow, Preacher, for the Commonwealth Games, the 200 meters final, Ilian Mboma? I don't know if
I think the Nigerian, we shouldn't sleep on the Nigerian. So maybe that's why Tuffy Rudy is saying Mboma might get third. Mboma, we know that Mboma's strength has always been her last 100, right? I didn't get to see her semifinal, but I would want to see what Mboma does over that first 100. I think Elaine looks in good enough form to finish ahead of the pack. But if there's going to be an upset in the upper card, it would be Mboma based on her form. I haven't seen the races. I'm listening to what Pioneer is saying. He says she looked like she held something back around the curve in her semifinal. She has not generally been a good curve runner or a good starter at the 200. So let's see. But it 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 should be Jamaica, Nigeria, and Mboma.
Yeah, I agree with the Preacher. I think Ophelia actually finished ahead of Ilian.
No, Ilian won her semifinal.
No, man, I talk about the World Championship.
Oh, at the World Champion. Okay.
So Ophelia looks good. So, but we all know what Ilian can bring. It is gonna be instructive as to the form that Ilian is in. So as I said, that is why
it would be good to know how the lanes are, like what lanes they are drawn in.
They will all be drawn in middle lanes. They all want their hit, so they should all be drawn between lane 4 to 6 or 3 to 6. So there shouldn't be any great disadvantage in terms of lane draws for any of the ladies. It's just interesting as to who might be outside of who. But I think Ilian should be comfortable in whatever lane she gets, whether it be 4, 5, 6. So she won't have that impediment that she had in the World Championship of being in lane 2. So let's see how she gets out and let's see how she runs. That's it for me. I'm looking at that with keen interest because it will tell me the form she's in and what she'll be doing for the rest of the season. There are persons who think that people are saying that if she's injured, she should rest up and plan for the World Championships next year. I personally was not in agreement with her doubling at the Commonwealth Games. Somebody mentioned last night that it might be due to sponsorship commitments. If that is the case, then who are we to talk about that? But if it's just a need or a desire to run, then I think the smartest decision. So let's see how she and after the World Championships, I was saying that maybe it's a situation where she was having problems at the beginning of the season, and now she's gonna peak later on in the season. So tomorrow's race will be instructive, as I said, to tell us what form she's in. We didn't learn much from the 100 meter. 1095 didn't tell us much. All right, it's a win for a win, see, but she wasn't dominant as we would expect her to be. So let's see how she goes tomorrow, and that will tell us a lot about what we can expect of her for the rest of the season.
And Preacher, we have around 6 minutes to go, so you can take all of it and don't give
No,
Pioneer.
man, no. I'll give Pioneer most of it.
Come on, Preacher.
No, I mean, it has been a very good track
Season.
and field season for Jamaica.
Yeah.
The under 20s have really given us a lot to celebrate and a lot to be hopeful for. I do agree with Pioneer in terms of the future, especially in the field events. We are producing more youngsters coming through. We have a 17-year-old who has a championship record in the triple jump. That is amazing. And 17.25, that was his jump. That's just one meter.
17.27.
That's 1 meter outside of the senior record, isn't it, Pioneer?
Yeah, man.
So I mean,
he could have competed at the World Championship for Jamaica and he would have been in the finals.
Yeah. So when
that would have been a qualifying mark for the final. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when you consider that, when you consider we have a jumper who's jumping 215, it's 215 Pioneer.
214.
214. That's big. You know, that's nothing. That's no small feat. And we know Trisha Smith and what she has been doing in the jumps. We had 2 high jumpers in the women's jump finals in the World Championships. We have another triple jumper in the women's triple jump finals at the under 20s. So we have a lot going on. We have the throwers who are doing well. So we're coming on as a full track and field country. A great Pioneer where that is concerned. Still think there's room. We're not going to force it, but there is room to get more youngsters exposed to these events earlier, perhaps, so that we can have a greater pool to choose from. We still need to be looking at next year, because next year is a World Championship year again. And I think a lot of these youngsters, if they're able to maintain the form that they have, and if we put them in the right situations, some of them could actually be representing us at the World Championships, because I think there is that potential. You look at a Clayton. Clayton has the potential. She's now professional. She has the potential to transition and represent us at the World Championship next year. We talked about the jumper as well earlier. I would want to see what happens with Brianna Williams, because I don't know. She wasn't able to be a part of the Commonwealth team. I mean, short notice. So the time when Sharika pulled out, she wasn't able to join with sufficient time. But I think this would have been a great opportunity for Brianna to participate in the Commonwealth Games and to get some running in at a competitive level, and to also be on the medal podium. So she's the one that I'm looking at with the greatest level of interest and concern going into next year.
All right, wonderful. And please, Brownman, security. You're not doing the security job, but you don't even know who you're letting in the dance, because I know my kids them there,
The dance jam, brethren. The dance jam. So I know who there.
Yeah.
At this time, we stop. Brown man ticket them say we stop sell tickets and start collect cash in our hand now. The ticket them sell off, brother.
Pioneer, what have you to say in closing? Good show, but let me just say this.
Man is ban. Let me just say this quickly. If Elaine wins the 200 meters tomorrow, the woman would have all 100 global titles and all 200 global titles. So that is something to look forward.
Yeah, because we have the Olympic, we have the World Championship, we have the Youth Under 20, and we have the Carifta.
You know what is very, very encouraging about that, Preacher. I heard you say it on here today. You know what is very encouraging? It is not, when you look at it, it's different athletes that hold the titles. I mean, all right, so Elaine won the double at the Olympics. But in the World Championships, it's a different athlete we have that had the 100 from the 200.
Yeah.
And even at the junior level, it's Brianna List and Tina Clayton. So it's almost like it speaks to the depth of the quality that we have. Boy, it's a good look for Jamaica and the female side. I'm hoping that there was a time when we used to speak about this on the men's side during the Usain Bolt era. And we hope so we can find back that somewhere, whether it be civil or whoever is going to be coming through. We hope so we can get back some of that on the male side. But
Yeah.
so tomorrow, looking forward to continued success from the youngsters. As I said, I'm expecting something special from the two ladies in the 100-meter hurdles. At the World Champ, I think they have the last race on the program tomorrow night. So, and at the Commonwealth Games, expecting that similar successes from our athletes tomorrow, especially in the 400-meter hurdles for ladies. Could see a Jamaican sweep. We haven't seen any of those at the Commonwealth Games so far. It would be good if we could sweep even one event.
Yeah, and I think Hyde will medal on the male side of the hurdles as well.
I didn't even see his qualifying. I didn't even see that. So we kind of get confused by switching from event to event.
Yes. But people are going to have a full show tomorrow because we want to start, because it's all finals tomorrow from the beginning of the sessions at the World Juniors. The issue we're going to have is that at the same time, the Commonwealth Games will be going on. And so it will be interesting, but we're going to do something with both of them. And so that is for tomorrow. So let me give you...
Mannings, quick question, Mannings. How are you going to manage the EPL updates tomorrow with the Commonwealth Games, with the youth under 20s, and the Diamond League going on tomorrow? In fact, Johan Blake and Akeem Blake will be running in the 100 meters. Coleman should be in that race, and Trayvon Brummel as well. So it's a nice little lineup.
So like a sporting overdose preacher.
Yeah, but
yeah, drunken sports.
The World Juniors start at 3:30. That's because they're only having the afternoon session. So by that time, most of the EPL games are done, and the Diamond League is just getting warm up at that time. So it will be interesting to see. But you know what is funny too? We also have tomorrow Elaine Walker Brown. Don't know if
my name's a trouble here come gain on the internet, you know.
So Elaine Walker Brown will be with us tomorrow evening, and that promises to be a very, very interesting one. Also, people, remember tomorrow is the 6th of August. So make sure you wear a Jamaican shirt.
Right, so colors tomorrow.
Yeah, wear the Jamaican colors. You understand me? Wear the Jamaican colors tomorrow. That can work, Pioneer. Yeah,
man, we have all about Jamaican colors. So.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I want to big up to everybody who was in the stream with us. I want to big up to some of the regulars. Big up Tuffy Rody. Big up Brian Martin. Big up to Stan Cranky. Big up to Brown Man Security. Big up to Nicole Wallace, who is always here with us. Big up to Real Baller. Mannings, you can slide through some of the other names. Yeah, you probably can look at them.
Yeah. Yes, Eagle Republic. Winston Willock. Bless up. Tuffy Rudy. Chris Wayne. Pioneer, big up your sister and a Real Albala.
Yeah, I'm finna big up
Tuffy Rudy,
Mrs. Greg Green.
You and Cranky and them and they support Pioneer. And Brown Man Security, you don't know. Michael never.
Yeah, man. And to the persons in the stream, you see them heated kind of debate here with me and preacher and man and stuff. We have them in private more times to hear people. So when we take it to the stream, don't feel like it's anything new or anything uncommon to us. You know, we are passionate persons about the sports. So we
love it.
So, we discuss it with a similar passion. So don't be alarmed by it in any way.
Yeah,
it's all good. We have brothers and brethren. Right?
Yeah,
so.
Chris Wayne, top 10. Rob Simit, bless up on yourself, you know. You had to be Nicole, Cranky. Yeah, bless up yourself. Arsenal win today. Anonymous OG, bless up, you know. Chris Romans, Richard McGrath, man, we have beat Pioneer, you know. Yeah, you see the person here, Pioneer? Yeah. Vassiano, Congo, beat you. Me I tell you that.
Tell me what I'm saying. Let's see the comments. Tell me what I'm saying.
All right. You say, oh, wow. So someone can make a point without shouting. You a beat, you know.
No, man, I'm say a passion. Don't mistake the passion. It's all good, you know.
We feel like Vassiano Congo listen to you on the radio.
Yeah, that too. Some of that going. But it's all don't mistake people let me say this right so for the people I'm with so who familiar with the radio part. For me, it's it is what it is, people. It's passion, it is niceness. For me, it's sport. It's not no personal when it comes to this. See, so for the people who want to take it personal elsewhere, it's not personal we do it. We just take it on a level.
Man.
Just that we not appreciate
Hey, people, let me give
certain
you
little
the pioneer
disrespect.
can't tell. Hey, me and pioneer and them man they in a group, people. And when argument thing, man, I come out a group.
Yeah, man, vex and come out of group sometimes. But we take it. For me, it's never personal for me. It's always sports, you know, and it's always nice. So,
Yeah,
yeah, man, that's all.
man.
Don't mistake the passion, people. It's just when the voice is raised, when the decibel levels get louder, it's just a passion about what we're discussing. Will come out. So, no, it's not a shouting match or nothing like that. It's not disrespectful. It's just passion.
Man. For respect and love, man. Yeah, man. So blessing everyone. Preacher, take care of the youth. Them and the man them say give the youth them some mile before you come on.
Yeah, man. We are trying. You know, we are doing our best.
Well, preacher, I don't grudge my brother. Today is my youngest son's birthday, you know, my 14 today. And I remember the days because at one point, his mother resided overseas and was a single father too. So I used to have him when in them younger days. So I know the feeling, my brother.
Yeah, man, trust me. 3-year-old energy
go
up,
and
man.
nurture,
Energy up.
Go and nurture, my brother. Let's go and nurture. I said that.
Yeah,
The youths are the future.
Oh, yeah. Eagle Republic is reminding us that it is not the Commonwealth Games, it is the Emancipation Games.
All right, sir. Or is it independence? Is it emancipendence? We could take it to it. It's emancipendence, yes.
The truth, France is at the Commonwealth Games?
No, man.
No, man.
I was saying to somebody, I said, you're watching, I tell the person that you're mixing it up, you know. Coach Minzy. Hey, watch out, Coach Minzy. We just have planned to send you. Your man just say, jump 2 feds and jump over there. We just have to tell the man to come over there, so make sure. Oh, the man, hey, Friday, I'm going to check out Coach Minzy because the man, them say they want the Guru belt.
All right. No, but you know, tell Coach Minzy to send me the link, Virgin. I'll go over there right now. But it's just that Coach Minzy thing require password.
Yeah, and me have the belt, you know.
Yo?
And me have a belt, man. You not get the belt. I mean, make the prediction, man.
Nah, man, I beat you get to the belt, man. I drop the belt jump over here after I get beaten it.
No, man, they beat to the use belt, man. We need tambourine. What they call it? Tambourine, what they call it? Tambourine switch.
Tambourine switch, brother. Yeah.
Yeah,
but we are go over coaches desk right now. I'm people come off of the stream right now. Over coaches desk, we are going to
coaches desk, we are going to burn a fire. Yeah, man. People, bless up, preacher, bless up, pioneer.
Yeah, man. Bless up, gentlemen. Yeah, man. Much love. I got tune in from coaches this. Bless up.
Yeah, man. All right, then. Yeah, so one love, people. I am management. This has been I Am Sure Sports. As remember, tomorrow we're gonna have the soup and yo, watch your man. Me send when the man off of the live. You know, Coach Vince, where you go with, man? You know, see, you the nightcap, man. Maybe head fast before Pioneer drop my card. You know, I say now. But bless up, everybody. I am management. This has been I Am Sure Sports, and we are over. And we are O-U-T out.
Watch about dog, SK New heard this. The body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Ocho-Rios, Galtigo Bay. Everywhere. I Am Sure Sports. Check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like? Ha! Yeah, someone on for the food from young, from where they knee height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.